What's up, everybody? Junkies coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. 910 The Fan, 105.1 FM in Richmond. We are streaming live on the free Odyssey app, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn. And you can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network, presented by Crop Metcalf. They're the official heating and cooling company of the Junkies. Looking to be their next 5-star HVAC technician or plumber? Just visit cropmetcalf.com to join their team. We thank you for tuning in this Monday morning, November 3rd, 2025. I'm John Paul Flame, joined by Jason Bishop.
What's up?
Johnny Cake Sawville's here.
Lower the lifeboats, boys.
And Eric Bickle.
It's time.
The Miz Monday.
It's time. I mean, I didn't envision myself playing this at all this season. And
well,
here we are.
Yep.
Two reasons. They've lost 4 in a row. The season's over. But the bigger reason is Jaden Daniels looks to be out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's not out for the season, like, why would you bring him back in what is a catastrophic and lost season? Even if he, say he comes back in 6 weeks, what's the point?
Just to get reps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Get reps to get better. You could bench him. I don't care.
Are you angry at Dan Quinn for having him on the field? A lot of fans are upset, and I think justifiably so. I was watching a lot of the experts last night post-game saying it was coaching malpractice.
I don't think it's the greatest move, but again, coaches they're just wired different than us, that they're just laser focused in on that game and that game only. And even though no teams come back from that size deficit ever in an NFL game in the fourth quarter, I guess Dan Quinn still just trotting his guy out.
In hindsight, obviously he should have been pulled, but I understand where they were coming from. The offense hasn't hit its stride all season. They're trying to find a stride. And while that game was out of reach, I think we all knew it, I think they were still trying to find something. If Jaden had had a better, the whole offense had been better, I think he might have been pulled. It would have been like that Dallas game last year, right? It was very similar. Jaden was under duress the entire game. The offensive line was getting overwhelmed, and what's shocking about it is those are our starters. Those are our guys.
Yep.
Yep.
And one guy who you drafted in the first round and another guy who you brought in via free agency.
I mean, they were getting manhandled, and Jaden he might have even been under more duress than he was in that Dallas game, and they pulled him.
I think he was
54%.
Yeah, I was going to say 51% or something like that in the second half.
54% under pressure.
Here's where I would say it doesn't make any sense why he's on the field. You punted the previous drive. This was my complaint last week, too, that you were raising the white flag. And I'm not saying they were going to win the game against the Chiefs, but they were punting late in the game when there was no reason to punt. And they punted on the previous drive.
If they were beyond trying to win the game, they were trying to find a rhythm on offense.
Okay, find a rhythm on fourth down. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. But I'm telling you, they weren't trying to win the game. They were just trying to.
Of course not. You're down 38-7.
I'm not defending them, but I understand. The offense has been so bad all year. They're just trying to find something.
I feel bad for Jaden.
And Jaden, let me finish the point, Cakes, and you can go. And we asked Jaden to be Superman, and he tried, and he got hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because the defense lets everybody get whatever they want, whenever they want, at any point in the game. So even if Jaden's great, even if he plays his ass off, the defense is the fatal flaw of this team. The defense, I mean, they made Sam Darnold look like prime Joe Montana. And I know Sam Darnold's good. He's having a really good season. He shouldn't look that good.
No.
He should not look as good as he looked in the first half. When he
I can see why fans
are
going to question it. I can see it. In hindsight, obviously, it was a horrible move.
Yeah.
If Jaden was a 10-year vet, 12-year vet, I could see him being pulled, but he's in his second year, so I can kind of see how he wants to see more from him. But it's just one of those years where everything went wrong.
I don't necessarily think that they have questions about Jaden's ability. I think they had questions about the offense. Like, they wanted to get some rhythm on the offense. They couldn't get it, and he got hurt.
1-800-636
in hindsight.
1067 is the number. I'll give credit to Nikki Javala. She tweeted out before that drive, like, why is he on the field?
I was thinking that.
Seattle's got Drew Lock on the field.
Yeah.
The game was over.
Game's done.
You're punting on the previous drive.
Well, right before he got hurt.
Look, I know it was a different game, but the Chiefs-Bills game, they're going for it on 4th and 17 with basically 14 minutes to go. Now, they're trying to win the game and come back at that point. All I'm saying is you basically are raising the white flag when you're punting that point in the fourth quarter. So why put him on the field?
Because I told you the answer. They're trying to find a rhythm. It doesn't mean it's the right answer, but they were trying to find something. The offense has been a disaster all year.
Yeah.
So they were trying to find something. It doesn't mean it was right, but I think that's what they were doing.
Yeah. And to Cakes' point, the defense is the biggest problem. But here's the thing. If Jaden didn't get hurt, we would have played the Titanic to start the show because they've lost 4 in a row and the season appears to be over. And it's not just the defense because the offense is a major issue.
But that's true. But
It's a poop show
the
everywhere.
Defense is a bigger
the
issue.
biggest of the two is the defense.
What happened to the running game?
Went bye-bye. It went bye-bye.
I mean, nobody expected them to do anything with the running game against Seattle.
I'm not saying against Seattle. What happened to the running game the last month?
It's disappeared.
Teams have
Well,
focused
MIA.
on
Well,
it.
Jaden was hurt.
Yeah, teams have focused
Jaden
on
hadn't
it.
played, so
Okay.
he you knew it all along. He was carrying the running game. Those numbers were a mirage. It was led by Jaden, and everybody.
And
was kinda
also,
else
they were
feeding off
inflated
it.
by huge games against the Giants and the Raiders.
Remember the love affair with Bill?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it went away. Like you said, in a month it went
bye-bye.
away.
So it's not just the defense. They've got issues across the
but
board.
if people had to ask the number one issue, now it's Jaden missing, probably the rest of the season. But right behind that is the defense is putrid.
And a couple weeks ago, I threw out the question on the show, is Jaden injury prone? And we all hesitated, but we said if he gets hurt once again, at least I said this, if he gets hurt once again, I'm willing to say it. He is fragile.
I think
That's
you
what I'd
asked.
say. His fragility
You're
is an
reading my
issue.
mind. That's literally the word. I thought about it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
What word am I going to use to describe him? And fragile was the word. I came in prepared. I was going to say, I don't know injury prone, but he's definitely fragile.
His fragility is an
Literally,
issue.
you're reading my
he's,
mind.
He's and it's. I remember when he got drafted. Cakes talked about his build, and that was a concern. And look, the guy gets ragdolled there. It's kind of a freak injury.
It is a freak
but
injury, but-
This is what I'm looking at. Assuming he misses the rest of the games this season, I think we all assume he's going to miss the rest of the games this season.
I don't see him coming back
hold
to
on,
play.
hold on.
He
hold
will-
on. Dr. Chow said that if it's just ligaments, he could return.
That's
And he
true.
said other guys have come back.
It-
with
it's
this.
fine.
It's a non-throwing
I just
shoulder.
want- I
Thank
just-
God it's that.
I
If
just-
it was his right. If it was
I'm
his
just-
right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
but Valdez, you're cutting me off. I just want to do a math thing, and you can correct the math if he comes back. But he will, and he played all 17 games last year. He will have missed 67. I mean, he will have missed 33% of his games by my math, and he has suffered a
You
rib
mean will have
injury.
played in 33%.
No, he will have missed 33%. I'm using last season. I'm giving him all 17, and then you give him these starts divided by 34. I think it comes out at 67%.
Rib, knee, hamstring, elbow.
Exactly. He's basically his entire body.
4 injuries.
I can't bring him back this year. I don't care if he can come back in a month. It's a lost season. You have an under 5% chance to make the playoffs. The season has gone completely sideways. I'm not bringing him back for more punishment.
The only
I'm gonna say,
reason
you know
why
what?
you
You're on the
would-
shelf until 2026.
That's a fair statement. The only reason why you would is just to continue to develop him because he's not a finished product yet. He still needs reps. He still needs to get better.
I'll develop him in the off season and in training camp and early next season.
It's not the same, though.
I mean, he was just getting thrown around. He was just getting pummeled.
Yeah, I mean,
last night. I mean, he was getting away from
Yeah.
a lot of stuff too, but he was.
it was similar to the
It was a
Dallas
very
game.
physical
In the
game.
Dallas game, because they still needed him in the playoffs, they pulled him.
Yeah, well, that was an obvious pull.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
some would
obvious.
argue it was an obvious pull last night. I mean, before
It
he
should
got
have been.
hurt,
I was thinking that too when I was watching.
I'll be
him.
honest, I
38 to
wasn't
7.
thinking it until I saw that right before he got hurt, you could see Darnold was in his cap, and you were like, "Oh, he's done." And you saw Leonard Williams, who he was talking about. His helmet was off.
He
He's
was out.
done.
Yeah.
So you saw they were starting to sit people.
They were down by 31 points.
I know.
Which, again, we would be ripping the team if it wasn't for the Jaden injury, but the Jaden injury is the biggest thing.
I mean, that's one
That's
too.
a
Where
huge-
Oh, I'm happy to rip the team. I mean, I want to rip the team.
that's one where if I'm Cliff, I'm walking up to Dan and say, "We've been conquered. It's over. Let's
Yeah,
pull
they're just not
Jaden.
thinking
Let's
that
pull
way.
Jaden out of the game."
Can I
Like, it's done.
Can I rip somebody?
Sure.
I am so sick of Zach Ertz. I'm so sick of him.
because of the
It's about his
penalties.
8th penalty, like jumping off sides false start. Literally, this guy has been, for a veteran, his false start, he is not locked in this year. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great human. I'm sure he's a great teammate. He's not locked in. Way too many false starts this year.
How about finishing
I'm done
1
with
yard
him.
short of the
I'm done
first
with
down
him.
again? I mean, it's so
I don't even
insignificant
know if
in
that's
the
a
grand
thing,
scheme of
but-
things, but there was a third down pass to Ertz, and he was a yard short. It happens all the
It's so
time.
My
so
answer to
minor,
that
but-
is,
Like I said, insignificant.
my answer to that is they're barely getting him the ball.
I'm just saying, if you want to pile on Ertz, you
Well,
can toss that in there too.
He's old and can't get to his spots anymore.
Well, he's just got to go beyond the sticks.
Yeah, but there is no
JP,
reason he should be
JP,
jumping.
he
the jumping
early.
off sides I can't handle.
Can't
I mean,
get
the
to
guy's
the
a
sticks
12-year vet.
anymore.
He's doing it twice a game. Get out of here. You're done.
Well,
Probably
you got
is.
about
You're done.
How many more games left?
I don't know. If,
8?
If
That's
I-
however many more
you
you're
watch
gonna see Zach
Dan.
Ertz.
You watch Dan's presser, or you listen to it. I'm assuming you. I mean, everything's under consideration. Start benching those guys. I mean, Bobby Wagner, obviously, but I would start with Ertz.
Bobby Wagner should be benched because he wore a Seattle Storm shooting shirt into the game.
He was a part owner of that team, right?
Yeah, but who cares? You're playing Seattle. He should have been sent home immediately.
All right, the lines are locked and loaded.
Get back
This
on
is
the bus.
Hey, how many of these national games can be flexed?
well, they're gonna flex as many as they can.
They're going to be.
They're gonna
X,
flex as
not
many as they
flex.
can.
How many more do they have?
Well, they play 4:25 next week, right?
Yeah, they're 4 o'clock window next week.
And then you wake
they've
up
got
early to
oversee.
see him in Madrid. That's who I feel the worst for. The people who are spending thousands and thousands of dollars to go to Madrid to see the Commanders, led by Marcus Mariota, take on the Dolphins.
Well, just have a good vacation.
Just drink a lot of sangria.
Right.
Just hang out. Don't even go to the game at this point.
1-800-636-1067 is the number. It's a Misery
I think
Monday.
that was the last one.
Presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careers.mios.com. We'll get into your calls next. You blame Dan Quinn for Jaden's injury. The Titanic has set sail. It's Misery Monday here on the Junkies.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out, check in with those you really care about, and remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, like they did this weekend, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones. Remind the people in your life that you're there. Reaching out for therapy can feel difficult too, but it's worth it. It almost always leaves people wondering, why didn't I do this sooner? BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct. They're fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. If you're not happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time for no cost. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. So this month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword junkies. That's keyword junkies after calling pound 250.
Welcome back on a Misery Monday presented by Chiniga Miles, the 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com. Talking about the Commanders' 4th straight loss. Jaden Daniels being injured, dislocates his elbow. Let's play cut one. This is Coach Quinn after the game talking about whether he considered taking Jaden Daniels out.
All right, give me 1 second.
He might need a second.
He sounded dismal when I was listening to it.
I told you a few weeks ago that there's some wind taken out of Dan Quinn's sails.
Yeah,
Well, when you lose Jaden Daniels, you definitely lose
This is
some wins.
way pre losing Jaden Daniels.
You can make the argument.
Are you back padding? You predicted 12 wins this year.
Of course I'm back. How many did you predict? 10 or 11? Okay. Let's not act like you
We were
predicted
all wrong.
6 or 7.
We were all
Honestly, it doesn't feel any
But
different.
you can't predict injuries.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel any different than when Ron was here, than when Dan Snyder was the owner. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't feel any
You mean this year, yeah.
Yeah. No, like, yeah.
Times you sit up here and after a bad loss, you say what just happened, and I don't have to ask that question. I know exactly what happened, and started right from the very beginning. First offensive series, penalty, knocked us back out. First defensive series, penalty, that's how we started. And we killed our momentum to have that. You see the entire team, on a knee, circling up on Jaden, and who's on the ground after, his injury. So the update on him is he does have a left elbow injury. I'll update you more once I know more, but that's what I know tonight. But what I can say is I can speak for every coach and player, and just unacceptable performance by us tonight. And told the team, we're the one who dug the hole, we're the ones that dig it out. The solutions are from within, so we missed it by a mile.
All right, that's kind of his bigger picture, and he slid Jaden in here. Here's more specific.
Let me just say this.
Cut
So hold
3.
on. I disagree with him. The answers are not within.
Yeah, you need new personnel.
They don't have,
we don't
they
have,
don't
the,
have
answers.
the answers.
We don't have the answers. We don't we don't have the answers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
If we-
Valdez got to get organized with the clips.
Okay.
They need better
They don't have
personnel.
the
Like
answers.
defensively, I was getting into an argument with somebody on Twitter last night, and they were throwing Joe Witt under the bus. That's fine. You can throw Joe Witt under the bus, but the players aren't good enough. I said, name the good players on defense. Okay. And he goes, Bobby Wagner, Marcus Lattimore, Marshawn Lattimore. I forget who else he threw in there. And I was like, okay, Bobby Wagner is a good tackler, but he's not a good overall player right now. Marshawn Lattimore, he's had moments, but overall has been a bust. And just go down the list. Name the elite defensive player they have right now.
They don't have one.
Then nobody even approaching elite.
Sandra still has regressed. Now, he had an interception in the game. Darnold actually made a bonehead decision, rolling left, trying to throw right. Credit Sandra still for undercutting.
I actually woke up this morning thinking about the Sandra Stroll, and the game was such a disaster that I thought I dreamed it. Because I got in my car and I went,
It's a nice play.
I think Sandra Stroll had an interception. And I went, well, no, there's no way he did, because he got so burned on the line of scrimmage
touchdown.
earlier,
Yeah.
and I just don't remember it anymore, so I must have dreamed it.
How about don't celebrate
I actually thought I dreamed it.
you're up? Does that annoy you
No.
when
Yes.
they celebrate?
Yes.
Like when you run down the whole length of the field and everything and celebrate
Yeah.
when you're down by 4
That's a
touchdowns?
horrible look.
Yeah, I hate that.
On a lesser note, I think Jordan McGee made a tackle when they're getting their asses kicked, and he's celebrating.
Did he do a dance?
I mean, it
He
wasn't
just jumped over the guy.
It was
and-
just what are we doing here? You gotta read the room a little bit. By the way, my son saved himself watching Jaden's injury in real time because he was so disgusted by the performance at halftime. He got up out of the recliner and said, "I'm out. I'm going to my girlfriend's house. I'm done. I'm not watching the rest of the game." I said, "Okay, you're a grown adult. You can do whatever you want to do." And he actually saved himself from more misery.
Yeah.
By not watching it
All right,
live
let's take
and in
some
person.
calls. I'm sure people have a lot to say about this one. This was just a disaster. Complete disaster from start to finish.
And I know people think that we like this stuff. We hate this stuff. It's miserable. It's not fun.
Last year was way more fun.
Last year was delightful. This sucks. No one likes it. No one wants to just sit here and crap on the team and talk about how terrible we are. No one likes it.
We are used to it, though.
And for
we're used to
selfish
it, and
reasons,
we're great at it, but no one
We're
likes
used to
it.
it. Oh,
for
of course
selfish
not.
reasons too. People tune out when the team stinks.
Of course, it's a disaster.
not good for anybody.
It's a disaster for the radio station. It's a disaster for for everybody. The NFL is going to have to flex all these games. They're going to have to get them off the schedule. I mean, it's a total disaster.
So they've got one more prime game. If you're not I'm not really considering the Madrid game.
No,
because that's
a
9:30 game.
kick, yeah.
But they are supposed to play Denver at 8:20. That's a Sunday night, I believe.
That's
on November 30th.
I'm gonna guess flexed out of that spot.
Can they flex it?
I don't even know the rules for it.
Yeah.
Once it gets late in the season, the rules switch up about it. I don't know.
They play on Christmas.
Yeah, they do play.
Commander's going to ruin your Christmas.
But that's a 1 o'clock game. But yeah, you're right.
I don't think they can flex that.
No, because, I don't
Can
think
they just flex all the games? Just get rid of all of them?
Just make the games go away.
Yeah, just delete them? That would be nice. All right, let's go to D in PG County. Keep playing that Titanic music. We need to feel the pain. We need the people over in Ashburn to feel the pain. The players, the coaches, everybody. What's up?
Good morning, junkie.
Hello.
Hi, D. How are you?
Yeah. This was a OMGG game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness gracious! What in the world is this?
This is who we are.
I could not believe it. First of all, at first I thought I was watching the Jaden against the other team game. Why is Jaden just? I know he can run. That's one of his attributions and all that good stuff. But that's not really what he does, okay? Where's the receivers? Jaden running. He was bound to get hurt.
All right, where are the receivers? Let me cut you off right there. We know Terry's out. Then they lose McCaffrey.
Yep.
I mean, I think there are 4 available receivers. It included Traylon Burks, who they just signed, who's been a bust.
So
Jalen Lane, who had a terrible fumble in the game. Like, a lot of these things are going to be forgotten because Jaden Daniels is front and center. But point is, he's not working with much.
Exactly. And not only that, okay, that's not what he does. And if he gets hurt, he's done. Like, dislocated elbow? Really?
Honestly, thank you, D. Honestly, it's a blessing that it was his left elbow. A blessing. Because of all the things, the way he was holding his leg before I saw the replay, because the leg was straight. And I thought, oh no, it's another lower body injury. And those are devastating, the leg injuries. You can only come back from so many of those. This thing, I mean, he could play with, half an arm with his left. No big deal.
Right, but to our point earlier where you and I landed on the same word, coincidentally, like, he's fragile.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Glass.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute that at this point. Through a year and a half,
these guys are huge monsters.
These guys,
they can lift a freaking
you
Chevy.
saw what happened to Scatabo. I mean, it happens to everybody.
Scatabo, yeah.
I mean, the league is so big, strong, and powerful now that all these guys, if you keep putting yourself out there like that, it's inevitable.
And it's just the accumulation of injuries, right? So last year he did play in all the games, but he had the rib injury. And then this year, the knee, the hamstring, and the elbow.
He played in all the games last year on a razor's edge.
Yes. He probably shouldn't have been playing in all of those games.
Here's Quinn talking specifically about keeping Daniels in the game down 38-7.
Was there any consideration to not having Jaden go in for that series in which he got injured and having Marcus finished out?
Yeah, not at the space. I mean, obviously, like the hindsight, you don't want to think that way where, an injury could take place. Obviously we're more conservative in that spot to, run and hand off and not have reads to go. But just the end result, Nicky, I'm bummed.
He probably feels worse than anybody.
Oh, yeah, he was distraught. I mean, I even saw McDaniel came out on the field. He was distraught when he saw, I don't know if you saw, so when he was hurt, everyone huddles around immediately. They're calling for things. It's a disaster. Even McDaniel, you see his head, like he feels bad. Like just everyone, it's a disaster for everyone. It's a disaster for the league.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the brightest stars in the league. We're watching him disintegrate right before our eyes. It's terrible.
Man, it's everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Yesterday now it's short career so far. It's the worst day of the Jaden Daniels era.
There's been quite a few of them lately.
How could you argue? Like yesterday, team gets annihilated. Yeah. He goes out with a devastating elbow injury. Don't know how long he's going to be out.
The only good news is
just floating in the water.
The only good news is he could play at a Hall of Fame level with your left arm. So that's the only good news, is that it's an irrelevant injury. It's fine. Take however long it takes to get back, but it's the best case scenario.
But it's a symptom. It's a symptom, though, EB. Like, if you said right now, Jaden Daniels is going to play fill-in-the-blank games in 2026.
I have no idea.
Nobody's going to say 17?
It'd be hard to say 17.
Nobody would say 17.
I agree, but I agree. He's definitely fragile. He's spindly. It is what it is. But I need him to do that. I asked him to be Superman. I asked him to put on his cape. He listened. He said, EB, I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to put on my cape. I'm going to try to do everything I can. And he got hurt. So I can't blame him. It is what it is.
By the way, he wasn't playing like Superman before that.
He was playing okay.
He was playing okay. He was fine.
He was under
I understand, but
he was trying everything
as you
he
said
could do.
throughout the year, tick off.
Been a tick off, but you got nobody open.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Line, our guys, our handpicked guys, aren't good enough.
Yeah,
well, turns out Seattle's really good.
God bless Bill. Bill can't block. They were in around. I mean,
Seattle was head and shoulders better at pretty much every position.
I mean, they looked like. Remember how Green Bay looked like the best team we ever saw? Mm-hmm. That's what Seattle looked like last night.
Yeah. I mean, Darnold started 17 for 17. That's ridiculous.
I mean, you know how good Jackson Smith and Jigba is?
We talked about it last week.
Well, I don't even know if he's good. I know we made him look good.
No. You don't understand.
He was good.
He's a top 5 receiver in the league.
He might be the best receiver in the league.
I can't be objective.
He might
when they
set
play
records.
Us. I can't be objective when they play us.
I get it, but he's been doing that against everybody.
Okay. This was during the break. Cake said this about Caleb Williams, that Caleb Williams still sucks. It's against Cincinnati.
And Dallas.
It's against Dallas.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Quarterbacks could say the same thing about playing Washington now.
Oh, absolutely. Washington is the low-hanging fruit. What do you think Detroit is going to do when they come in here next week?
Especially after losing.
What do you think
like
the
crap.
Lions are going to do to this defense next week?
Well, St. Brown's going to have 11 catches for about 40.
32 to 35 minimum.
Mm-hmm.
They're angry and they need to win.
It's going to get ugly. Like you thought this was ugly. It's going to get worse.
And I'm sorry, the Brotherhood doesn't have the answers.
Oh,
they don't have the answers.
You don't hear a lot of talk about the Brotherhood.
There's no answers.
2025.
They don't know what to do.
This is
they don't have the answers.
This is pretty crazy. The Bears game last year was clearly a turning point for the team. It may have been this year too, where the Bears, remember, the Bears lost all the rest of their games after that Hail Mary. Well, Washington, since the fumble, lost all their games since the Bears.
Bears Commanders is just like a tipping point for both teams, sadly.
All right, let's rip through some of these phone calls. A lot of people angry. Do you blame Dan Quinn for keeping Jaden on the field late in the game?
Maldives, crank out those IJS T-shirts and beanies. It's perfect time for you to strike.
Let's go to James in D.C. James, what's up, buddy?
Hey, James.
James, are you there?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for taking my call, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Hey, look, man, it was a total debacle yesterday. The season been like that ever since Terry held in or whatever they called it, man. So last year, I followed the team throughout the playoffs. I spent whatever money I had. I worked a lot of overtime just to make sure I followed them to Tampa, to Detroit, went to the NFC Championship game because I knew it was an anomaly, man. You know what I mean? I knew
it was a one in a million, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like catching lightning in the bottle. So I said, I got to do this because I don't know if or when we're going to get back. It's not like we're like the Eagles with it. You know what I'm saying? We just got lucky, man. And a lot of the stuff that we was getting by with last year, it was masking because of Jaden Daniels and this new, offense and everything. It's being masked. But we had problems then, And so now, with everything happening, like the ball's not bouncing our way, we're getting injuries and everything is showing up. Like with your car, in the wintertime when it gets cold, everything's going to show up when it really gets cold.
Right.
So, like, and for his injury, I'm going to say I don't even really blame Dan Quinn because you can't play scared. I blame Dan Quinn for not playing his starters during the preseason and letting them get into a rhythm. I blame him for that. You played this preseason afraid and you didn't let them develop cohesion, and then they came right out of the season and then people got injured. So I don't blame Dan Quinn for that. The defense is what it is. I've talked about Joe Witt enough. I'm tired of talking about that. We know what that is, right? But I blame Cliff Kingsbury. This was his problem when he was in Arizona. You bring this childish offense to the league, and then you force Jaden Daniels to keep running. You keep putting the ball in his hands to make him run. You can design runs for him. You're putting him in harm's way, knowing he just came back from an injury.
I think that's always going to be part of the equation. Thanks for your call.
James.
Running is always going to be part of the equation with Jaden Daniels.
They're a run first
the thing
team.
which I started bringing up last week, which I've noticed, they're never under center. So why was Sam Darnold so successful? And he's a different quarterback.
They were under center
last
third
night.
down, I
Right,
think. Or
right. Yeah, the one time they threw to Bates, I believe, for the first down.
He was
Yeah,
under center multiple times.
Okay, but you're taking it literally.
Yeah.
They're almost always not under center. And if you watch most of the teams around the league, there are some quarterbacks that are exclusively in the shotgun, like Jaden Daniels. But most of the teams are under center a good portion of the game, and they can run effective play action, which neutralizes a pass rush. It's easy to pick on Cliff this game. The offense last year was one of the better offenses in the league. This year it's come down to earth, but I think at some point it would help Jaden Daniels if they had him under center more.
Well, it doesn't matter. You don't even mention Jaden Daniels anymore.
I'm
Now
not
it's
saying this
Marcus
season.
Mariota.
I'm talking big picture. Big picture. I think Jaden
Kingsbury
Daniels
might not be here next year.
Jaden Daniels'
might be a totally
game
different offense.
would benefit from being under center more.
Well, it
where
might
you
happen.
run play actions.
That could happen with the new OC, whoever that is, next year if Cliff leaves.
By the way,
Cliff's not going to be a hot commodity anymore.
By the
no,
way,
but he's going to get interviews.
somebody's going to get fired today because something has to a shoe has to drop, and they're not going to cut player. Somebody's going to get fired today.
A coach is going to get fired?
I'm not certain about that.
Or reassigned.
Because
I think it's
know.
reached that point. That's my prediction. Something's going to happen. A shoe's going to drop somewhere.
I don't know what you can do.
Do you disagree with my premise about play action?
I'm not
under
smart
center?
enough to know. So I don't have an opinion on it.
What if Jaden isn't comfortable under center? Says
You just got to coach him up. I'm not saying it's this season, and I'm not saying it has to be 100% under center, but sprinkle it in. Patrick Mahomes does both. Josh Allen does both. You got to be able to be under center at times, and they very rarely are under center. And when they were under center, it was a good play, right? That third down play was a good play.
That's just not what Kingsbury runs.
And I don't know if that's the root of all their problems.
No, it's not the root of all their problems. Of course not. I just think big picture, it would benefit Jaden Daniels, probably his health too, to be under center at least, 25% of the time.
I don't know. If you say so, I don't know. I'm not smart enough.
I mean, running the ball is one of his strengths.
I just don't know.
It's one of his strengths.
Right.
So whoever comes in here probably wants to take advantage of that, whether it's Kingsbury or another OC.
And it's hard for me to blame Kingsbury when nobody's running open. I don't know. They did run for 157 yards. Now, again, that was because Jaden ran for 50 of it.
They're relying on guys like Chris Moore in the wide receiver room.
Yeah, I mean,
he's playing a ton of snaps.
They don't have any.
He's not very good.
I mean,
they got no game breakers.
They're throwing to John Bates a couple times. You know what I mean? He's one of the early reads. He
had a couple catches.
There's nothing. There's nothing there. It's a complete and utter poop show.
After watching that first half, I can't believe I predicted that the Commanders were going to win that game.
Well, you said to see one or two series with Sam Darnold just carving
up
them up
and down the field whenever.
No resistance whatsoever.
Zero
pass
resistance.
rush.
10-minute drive.
Pass rush.
Yep.
I mean, that's another the corners can only cover for so long. I mean, they're subpar corners to begin with, and they can only cover for so long if there's no pass rush moving Darnold off his spot.
Yeah, they didn't pressure him at all.
I'm telling you, I think there's.
Didn't touch him.
I think someone's getting fired. I think someone's getting fired this morning.
Could be.
It's that kind of game.
I mean,
someone's getting fired, or maybe a big name is being let go.
Well, there's
got to be some scapegoats.
They're going to be sellers.
You know what?
That is for sure the trademark.
Adam Peter's going to be on the horn.
Now it is. Yeah, you're right.
We need a skin, for lack of a better phrase. We need a
pelt on the wall.
Yeah.
But they're going to be sellers possibly, but
a scout.
Who do you want? Who do you want off this roster? To be honest, honestly, Who would you
Well,
take?
like you said, someone would take Payne.
Maybe somebody would take Debo.
Somebody might want to
Somebody
know.
would take Debo.
Say, look, it's probably a low round, like a 6th or 7th round pick, but you might be able to sell off Noah I for a team that needs a corner, or Deron Payne.
Like I said, I think I said this Friday. Anybody not named Jaden Daniels, we're open for business. Yeah. We will listen. We may not do the deal, but we'll certainly listen.
This team is not. Jaden deserves so much better.
Oh,
he deserves so much better.
The lines are locked and loaded. We'll get back to your calls next on a Misery Monday presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com.
Guys, you're thinking about selling your home. Maybe you're downsizing. Maybe you need something bigger, need more land, need an extra bedroom or two. Well, selling your home shouldn't feel like a constant waiting game or guessing match. Shouldn't be stressful. No, you need to hit up my friends, Debbie, Sarah Reynolds, and Power Team with Keller Williams. They take the stress and uncertainty out of the process and bring you real results. You know, something like 50% of home sellers have to get another agent. First one fails. That's where the Reynolds and Power Team steps in. They step in with aggressive marketing, real buyer connections, and a history of turning homes that sat on the market into happy closings. They're so confident in their services that if your home doesn't sell, what are Debbie and Sarah going to do? They're just going to buy it themselves at a price you agree upon. That's their guarantee. But they really have to do it because they know how to get it done. So call Debbie, Sarah Reynolds, and Power Home Team now to find out more about this guarantee and others. Memorize this number, people. It's very important. 844-654-SOLD. That's 844-654-SOLD, or check them out at DebbieHasTheBuyers.com.
Welcome back on a Misery Monday presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com. The Commanders get humiliated on prime time and lose their superstar quarterback, Jaden Daniels, to a dislocated elbow. I saw a couple of stats during the break which jump out at me. This from our pal Grant Paulson. The Commanders are the first team since the 2020 Jaguars to lose 3 straight games by more than 21 points.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean,
not
the
great for
NFL
defense.
is known for its parity, and most of the games are close. They've lost 3 straight by more than 21. Also, just the straight comparison of pressure rate. Sam Darnold was only pressured on 3 of his 24 dropbacks. That's 12.5%. Jaden Daniels was pressured on 50% of his dropbacks, 17 out of 34 dropbacks. There's so much to talk about. Jaden Daniels is going to be front and center. Like, we could have talked about Marshawn Lattimore, who again had a
It's over.
penalty early.
He's another one. It's over. Cut him with an injury designation. Just cut him.
We could have talked about
It's over.
That could be your sacrificial lamb today.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be a fall guy. We need a scout.
Jalen Lane fumbling. There's like so many little things. You know, you were ripping on Zach Ertz before, and I think that's fair.
Get rid of him.
With the injuries.
Send
And
him
we'll
into
see
early retirement.
who gets traded. Look, I'm not saying they're going to get much, but I saw our pal Mitch Tischler say he's basically like sell everybody.
Yeah.
And he included Ertz in there. He included, I don't know what you get for Ertz. I don't know what you get for Von Miller.
You get,
But
You're not going to get
you're not getting anything.
I mean, nobody's going to trade for Von Miller at this point.
Hurts, you might get a 7th rounder.
I mean,
But
I
that's
don't know
fine.
if-
Take it. I'll take
you
it.
try.
I would take it.
Yeah. Anything that's not nailed down to the floor is available for a trade.
Right.
At this point.
That's exactly what he said. All right, let's go to some frustrated fans.
Except for Jaden.
Except for Jaden.
I did put up.
Jaden is just such a stud.
I did put up our poll today, sponsored by Surfside. Use the code JUNKS, JUNKS, at store statesidevodka.com to get 25% off select merch, tees, hats, hoodies, and more. Use the code JUNKS at store.statesidevodka.com.
That was one of the few positives to last night. Enjoying a Surfside, watching the Commanders get boat race.
The poll of the day is:
I gotta get back to drinking.
Yeah, you should. Probably,
you
I
blame-
highly recommend it.
the poll of the day is: do you blame Dan Quinn for Jaden Daniels getting hurt?
Oh, it's probably
Simple.
78%.
That'll be about
78%. Yeah.
You can vote at Junks Radio. My sole positive is that there's only 2 more days of watching these campaign
You know what I was
commercials.
gonna say was
the
a-
campaign commercials are so much.
Here's the
I'm
worst-
so
the
sick
worst-
of it.
the worst part is-
I'm so sick of Virginia.
I don't even live in the state.
And you're still getting it.
inundated.
I know.
I can't get away.
I can't take it.
Believe me, I hate it too.
Spamberger
wait.
and Sears and whoever all these people are, Benares.
Can't wait for Tuesday.
I'm so sick of all of you.
Tuesday, it all goes bye-bye.
Before the injury, I was gonna say one of the positives I thought was I think he ditched that knee brace and he looked like Jaden of last year running wise.
Yeah.
He had that fluidity, that speed, that quickness. Still the passing game's not been in sync, but I don't even blame him for that. I mean, just been complete duress.
And he's got no game
nobody to throw
breakers.
to. Yeah.
He's got nobody.
He's thrown to John Bates multiple times.
Debo hasn't done much of note. Now, I know that he does have a lot of help around him. He's done basically nothing for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, and he's a stud, but it is what it is. It's not enough. He can't do it alone.
He's not open across the middle of the field like I thought he would be. Maybe that has a lot to do with teams just kind of putting pressure
there's
on
no deep
Jaden
threat, so-
and Mariota.
Yeah, you shut down Debo.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to.
I mean, he caught everything that was thrown to him.
I assume this is Dusty. Dusty in Arlington. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Dusty.
It says Dust.
Dust.
Oh, Gus?
Gus.
Oh, Gus.
Gus, what's up?
Oh my God. All right, what's up, Gus?
Hey, guys. There's a silver lining. Hopefully we get a top 5 pick because, as you guys said, we only be playing developmental players at this point. I want Sinnott to get all the playing time that Zach Ertz is getting. I want McGee. I want Tyler Owens out there. He made that one decent play in special teams, and I want to see what he can do.
You know what? Hand Bobby Wagner a headset. Give the guy a headset. Say, here's your helmet. Take that. Throw that away.
But he's not the reason. He's not the reason the corners are getting torched. Like
time to move on.
I'll
Time
admit
to move
this.
on.
A couple weeks ago, I was like, they play zone too much. The reason they play zone is they can't play man. Because when they play man, they get torched.
Yeah, they can't play man.
By the way,
Put Amos on the first receiver.
What was that?
Lattimore on WR1. Put Amos on the number one receiver.
Oftentimes he is. They look.
Not on Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Dude, it's not as simple as
he's going to kill Amos too.
Lattimore's not traveling. By the way, Lattimore's not traveling with the number one receiver.
No, he's not. He plays the right side.
Do you guys know what Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to do to Amos and or Lattimore this upcoming weekend?
Well, I mean, I thought
he's going to have like a dozen catches.
I thought he was going to have a bigger game yesterday. He also got banged up.
Brian Flores has a good defense.
Yeah.
It's different than what Washington has.
Washington, by the way, holds the top 10 pick in the draft as of right now, picking number 10.
Yeah, they could probably end up there.
Coming soon to
Maybe
an NFL
7 or
draft
8.
near you. Washington in the top 10.
Let's go to KC. KC, what's up? Y'all with the Junks. Play the music,
Hey, guys.
Cakes.
How y'all doing this morning?
What's up?
Doing great.
Oh, man. Doing great. Yeah. I'll tell you, last year, that music kills me. Last year, I think we saw, what was it, like 7 or 8 games where it was decided on the last possession, and we didn't face really good quarterbacks at all. We didn't really face great defenses. And this year we knew, right, we had I think 8th in the league strength of schedule. Our team got older, right? We had a lot of primetime games. Our travel schedule was a lot different. And then we started to get these injuries piling up. My biggest fear with this team is when you look at a team like Seattle, man, they are strong. They're young. And they're talented, right? And you look at the Commanders, and who do we have? We don't have many draft picks. Yeah, we have Jaden. That's amazing. Jaden is incredible. But in terms of elite players on this team, there's very few. And that's what concerns me about the next 2 to 3 years, which is when we need to see Jaden flourish and we can be contenders year in and year out. I don't see it today.
Well, you're right about the elite players. We talked about it. Now it's better than it was a couple years ago. We talked about when the players do that top 100. A couple years ago they had 1. This year they've got 4.
Yeah, but one was Bobby Wagner. That's just
okay. Fine.
And another one was McLaurin.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin, who's not playing.
Yeah,
they clearly need to upgrade the talent.
By the way, Valdez, what portion of the movie Titanic are we at right now, as it relates to the Commander season? I think I have the exact scene. I think it's where Rose is on the staircase, and she comes down the staircase and she sees the architect of the Titanic. This is after it struck the iceberg, and he basically tells her, he's like,
"Get off the boat."
He's like, "You better find a lifeboat because this thing's going down." And she's like, "What are you talking about? It's unsinkable." He said, "No. Don't listen to anybody. It's going down."
No, they're on the deck. And then the chips of the ice fall onto the deck.
Is that what? Okay.
After being struck.
All right, so a little earlier in the movie is where you have it. Okay. But Titanic is playing out. I did not think this was going to happen when I predicted the Commanders to have
I think,
dozen wins.
I think the boat is half in the water.
Oh, really? It's to that point.
The quarterback just dislocated his elbow.
Why? What did Cake say?
He's trying to analyze what part of the movie Titanic.
It's very scientific, EB.
I know the boat is half in the water.
Oh, everyone's dying already.
Yeah, the boat is half in the water.
Oh, man. I
There's
didn't
like
think it was that
a couple
dire.
guys in the orchestra playing the violin. That's it. It's over.
Okay.
Bodies everywhere.
I can be convinced. I can be convinced otherwise.
1-800-636-1067 taking your calls on a Misery Monday. Do you blame Dan Quinn for Jaden's injury?
All right, guys, let me tell you about my new obsession. You know about it, Daisy French onion dip. You guys are loving it too. One of my guilty pleasures, really year-round, not just football season, is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies, all while watching football, golf, or just having family and friends over. And now Daisy's come out with their delicious Daisy French onion dip and their Daisy Ranch dip, and they're absolute game changers. They're as delicious as a homemade dip. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your very own kitchen. So do me a favor. Next time you get out to the grocery store, drag your cart over to the dip section, grab some Daisy French onion dip and some Daisy ranch dip. I promise you're going to love it.
This update driven by your local Washington area Honda dealers. Nightmare for the Commanders falling to Seattle Seahawks 38-14 Sunday Night Football. Quarterback Jaden Daniels suffers a dislocated left elbow and leaves the game late. Sam Darnold, 330 yards and 4 touchdown passes. Head coach Dan Quinn.
The update on him is he does have a left elbow injury. I'll update you more once I know more. But what I can say is I can speak for every coach and player, and just unacceptable performance by us tonight. Told the team, we're the one who dug the hole, we're the ones that dig it out. The solutions are from within, so we missed it by a mile.
The Commanders have lost 4 in a row to fall to 3-6. Also injured Luke McCaffrey, Trey Amos, Marshawn Lattimore, and Quan Martin. Cam Little, NFL record 68-yard field goal. Jacksonville over Las Vegas 30-29. Wizards and the Knicks tonight at 7:15 on The Fan. Virginia Tech versus Charleston Southern at 6:30 on Bloomberg 99.1. From the Crop Metcalf 5-Star Sports Desk, Byron Kerr on The Fan.
Welcome back. Junkies come to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV, 910 The Fan, 105.1 FM in Richmond. You can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. And we're brought to you by Crop Metcalf. They're the official heating and cooling company of the Junkies. Looking to be their next 5-star HVAC technician or plumber, just visit cropmetcalf.com to join their team. I'm John Paul Flame, joined by Eric Bickle, Johnny Cake Sawville, and Jason Bishop. Talking all about the Commanders' latest loss. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 3-6. They've lost 3 in a row by more than 21 points, or 21 points or more. I guess they only lost by 21 to Kansas City. But it's been really ugly the last 3 games. If you think about Dallas, Kansas City, this game against Seattle.
I didn't
way
think
they
it
lost
could
the
get
Chicago
worse
game.
than Dallas. But because of Jaden's injury, it is.
By the way, here's a fun nugget from Nikki Javala. The Commanders allowed 13.8 pass yards per attempt by the Seahawks, the most by any defense in a game this season.
Wow.
If
Not
I
just
had
in the
to,
Commanders game.
So think
Any
about
game.
Think about all the games. Can
13 and a half per attempt.
So what week are we in?
9.
9 times how many games a week?
well, it depends because of bye weeks.
But if
16.
16.
Yeah.
So do the math on that. Multiply all that, whatever that is.
It's
that was
hundreds.
the worst game.
Yes.
I mean, Sam Darnold came into the game averaging 9.1 yards per attempt. He
which was number
leading-
one,
which
right?
is- He
Which
was
was pretty
leading the
high.
league, or
Yeah.
he was tied with Lamar, but he was up there.
They beat it by 4
Almost
yards.
14 yards per attempt. That is an obscene number. Like, you shouldn't have
Well, he was 17 for
statistical
17.
jump that high.
No quarterback should start a game 17 for 17.
And it's
Correct.
not hindsight.
I mean, that shouldn't happen.
Everyone knows when you're watching the game and they go on like a 10-minute drive on the first possession for them, that it's over. That they could do whatever they want and you have no answers.
Well, you just hope that your offense can respond. And right now,
They haven't responded all year.
the offense is
haven't-
weak. The word that I would use to describe the defense, you know how both of us said Jaden is fragile? Their defense is impotent.
Yeah,
Can't do anything.
Good word for it.
I saw Mark Bullock posted it too. He said they got beaten by zone, and he looks at the film and everything, and they got beaten by man. There's really nothing you can do. You can go ahead and fire everybody, but
But I still
there's
think
not
I
much
still
you
think
can
you need
do.
a scapegoat just to show that there are consequences. Even though you could say to the guy, look, I know there's not much you can do, your hands are tied. But listen, we're going to give you a little vacation. Take some time off. Go take your wife to Turks and Caicos. I'm going to take over play calling. And, I don't know. We're just trying to rearrange the deck chairs. And just know that it's not your fault, but we got to do something.
I could see them doing that with Witt, but I don't see them, unless you're talking about a player.
I think I'd see it with both. But I think
I can see them doing it with Witt. I don't think they would do it with Kingsbury.
I doubt Kingsbury,
I don't
too.
think so.
I doubt Kingsbury, but I just think somebody. Dude, it might be, who knows? It might just be like a secondary coach.
Okay.
Just like a token move. But I feel like, honestly, we need a token move.
I think more
If
doable,
nothing
I
else.
think more doable
we need a symbolic move.
is guys just getting traded away.
When-
Like Peter's just looking at it and saying, I need to recoup some of the draft capital that I dealt for this underachieving roster, and I'm going to be very active.
Yeah, but I think there
at the
needs to be
trade deadline.
accountability for the team coming out flat, for the team committing so many penalties. I mean, you could say what you want. That is coaching. And
Sure.
so
Well, that's where
we
Dan
might
Quinn's
not
got
have
to look.
talent.
He's got to look at the man in the mirror. Like
Okay,
that,
but he can't fire himself. So there's got to be a scapegoat. I need a scalp. I need one.
When does the audience?
I mean, maybe they do. I could see them maybe just cutting a player.
Yeah.
But
A player too.
I mean, when you start firing coordinators, I mean that's pretty
Doesn't have to be a
drastic.
coordinator. It could
Yeah.
be the assistant to the assistant to the assistant.
Okay,
I
all right.
need a
I'm-
total.
Well, that's not a major move.
Here's-
You want a major
Here's your
move.
pelt, EB. This is my prediction. Your pelt is going to be Deron Payne. He's probably the most marketable
Well, that's
guy,
fine.
the guy who's got the most value, and you go into the meeting room with your personnel staff and say, look, we're getting boat race with him in the middle of the defense. He's very expendable, and he's expensive.
All right, well, you got about 12 hours to trade him.
Well, if there's a team that wants him, we're gonna,
I think that's
send him packing.
But I think that's a given. I honestly, Case, I'm asking for more.
You need more than that?
I'm asking for more. I'm asking for accountability from the leadership. Okay, we're coming out down every game. We're in holes every game. We're not ready to play 85% of the time.
This is crazy. I'm thinking outside of the box here. What if Josh Harris just said, I'm over Dan Quinn? And he just said,
he doesn't strike
pressing
me as that.
the nuclear option.
He doesn't strike me as that.
It's not hard to do after taking your team to the NFC Championship in year one.
Yeah, I think it is.
And with your quarterback being out, by the way, 3 different times this year.
I don't think it's likely, but
you could see it as malpractice.
It's not impossible that it happens.
Now that's fair.
Roster malpractice.
But right, so maybe more scrutiny on Adam Peters.
Sure,
I think
should be that.
I think this is the more likely scenario. They get both Adam Peters and Dan Quinn get a pass this year because of the equity from last year, taking a team all the way to the NFC Championship. But if they don't win next year, then there's going to be an issue.
Oh, then there's big time pressure on both of them.
The team is going to look drastically different next year.
Yes. Well, it better.
There's
it
only
has
so much
to.
they can do, though. I mean,
well, you're going to all these older guys. You're going to see a lot of them.
They have to get
just
dramatically younger.
Just like the roster changed so much from Ron to Dan.
Yeah.
It's going to look similar.
They've got to shed some of these old pieces, man. They need to get younger.
I need to unload some now. I need to get some of the dead weight gone now.
By the way, a little surprising, our poll of the day, which is, do you blame Dan Quinn for Jaden Daniels getting hurt? What was your prediction?
78%.
Right now, 56% blame Dan Quinn. So 44% are not blaming him. And what I think that goes to, it goes to Jaden Daniels himself. And we all hesitated to call him injury prone a couple weeks ago.
I didn't. You asked me. I said, yeah, he's injury prone.
Yeah. You can't escape
that's
it.
That's because of the way he's built.
And we don't want to make the RG3 comparisons. It's hard to escape at this point. Different players, I think different work ethic, different humility, a lot of different things. But
different talent.
Yes. But right now, you got a guy who's missing 33% of his games.
By the way, playing Titanic,
if you play out the rest of the season with him not playing.
It's kind of triggering me. It's like going to the recesses of my brain where I'm like...
Going back to 2 years ago?
Just going further and further back.
Oh, yeah.
This is how much it triggered me. I texted you guys. None of you guys responded. But before the injury, so once the injury happened, that's off the table because it's not funny anymore. I wanted to do the bags bit. Yeah. We've done that multiple times.
Sure.
I literally today, I actually went to bed in the fourth quarter, watched the game on my phone when Jaden got hurt. I went from bed. But prior to that, I was trying to figure out if I still had 4 paper bags because I wanted to do 4 hours with paper bags over because it's embarrassing. This has been humiliating.
I don't know if they're paper bag level bad yet, but they are heading in that direction.
Cakes, we were predicted to compete for a Super Bowl.
I know.
We're one of the worst
a massive
teams in
disappointment.
We just played the worst defensive game all season.
Understood. I watched it.
Close to 1,000 games played.
The Saints are paper bag level bad. The
think
Commanders
based on
aren't there.
expectations-
They're not there yet.
Oh, so you disagree?
They're pretty close.
They're not quite there. They're heading there.
To me, I'm humiliated.
I would have worn the bag, EB. Sorry I didn't text you back. I read the text.
That's fine, you don't have to. But I thought it was bags worthy.
No, bags are reserved for years of futility.
We have 30 years, dude. We had one outlier.
I disagree with you there.
You were just in the NFC Championship game.
First of all, bags, it's a bit. Bags are fun when it's embarrassing. And what's embarrassing is this is 3 straight games of getting blasted and 4 straight losses.
Yeah.
And by the way, it does feel like it's the other side of the Hail Mary game. It feels like the Bears season last season, which they lose in the Hail Mary and then it just completely falls apart. And when are you going to predict their next win?
Oh, I'll never predict a win.
They'll beat the Dolphins. As bad as the Commanders look, and they're bad, they're going to beat the Dolphins.
I guaranteed a win over the Dolphins,
any
but that was before the Dolphins won last week and before Jaden got hurt again.
They might win a game or two, but I'm not predicting any.
Right.
I'm not predicting any.
As long as it's not the Dolphins team that showed up in Atlanta.
All right.
I get that carve out.
All right.
Because that was weird.
So they are 3-6.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 games in. So that leaves 8 games.
Yep.
Would anybody predict that they go 500 the rest of the way?
No, I wouldn't.
Right.
I would give them 2 more wins.
So I think bags are fine because they're going to end up
5-12.
They're going to end up 5-12.
To me, bags are when you're humiliating.
Yes.
And this is humiliating. This is a team that was expected to compete for a Super Bowl. Now, you could say in hindsight all the reasons why that was stupid, but very small minority pointed that out. The vast majority of people agreed this was I said it all off season. We were the sexiest team in football. Where did that go? Well,
TV executives are bitter right now because they agreed with you.
They
put it in prime time.
They booked us everywhere.
Well, they were
You're so unsexy now. You got a big old pimple.
Yeah,
we all overrated it. That's what it was. We all overrated the talent. We looked at the roster after last year. We went, look, we got players here. We got players here. We got younger players
we
here.
got intoxicated by,
we overrated it.
Debo.
Well, I think
and then, of course, you can't predict injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries certainly are a factor.
Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And also, I think the answer is that Jaden masked all the deficiencies. And then once Jaden started getting nicked and missing, it just and then throw everything else on top of it. Because they weren't that good last year. Defense, we all know the defense was terrible last year. But they overcome it, right? They found a way to win 12 games, win a couple games in the playoffs, be a game away from the Super Bowl. But it was really only because Jaden just put us on his shoulders and carried us. Yeah, we really weren't that good.
They also played bad teams last year for the most part.
It's true, but the
benefited from everything.
The caller earlier pointed that out. It's valid. They played a bunch of backup quarterbacks. The playoff wins, you can't take away the playoff wins, and that was against Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff.
You can't.
Those were legit wins.
Those were great wins.
By the way, I was the most enraged. Was it Quan who didn't wrap up on the sideline?
Oh yeah, when he just bumped him.
That tilts me to no end. When guys just can't wrap a guy up and think, "Oh, I'm just going to throw my shoulder into this big 240-pound tight end, and he's just going to go down.
I think that's
run out of bounds."
I think that's SOP.
Tilt City.
Scapegoat worthy.
Tilt City. I was the mayor.
I do think that's standard operating procedure in the NFL. Did you watch the end of the Bears game?
No, I don't care. If
you saw the last play though, right?
I don't care if it's standard operating procedure, JP. Wrap guys up.
You talking about Loveland's touchdown?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
The guys don't wrap up. The safeties go for the big hit like that.
Please wrap guys up. I know I sound like a coach from the 60s.
Those are bad players. I mean, a lot of good defensive teams will wrap up and not let you go.
Horrible football.
I just remember I thought, okay, we had turned a corner in Kansas City, at least with intensity. And none of that was visible to start this game yesterday.
Do you want to do the scapegoat bit? Because you're going to add him to the list.
Quan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could cut Quan. I could care less.
Cut him, but I mean that's drastic. That's drastic.
He's
cutting Quan Martin.
He's so good. I mean, it would be nothing to cut him.
You might regret it. There might be a little bit of regret if you just cut Quan Martin.
How are they going to? Is a quarterback going to have a better completion?
They could cut his ass, and you wouldn't notice a damn thing.
I'm not saying he's Ronnie Lott. I'm just saying let's not cut the guy.
I'm just saying
you know what? How about you teach him how to tackle?
Someone's emptying the locker today. If I'm in charge. Someone's emptying their locker.
You won't go empty Zach Ertz's locker right now.
Hey, you won't go to the lockers over here and pick one to empty.
They need to. Someone's lockers being emptied today. A coach, a player, somebody.
Man, I wish
there has to be.
I wish we had like a vagabond key card that EB could use to go empty somebody's locker at Commander's Park.
You can't just keep going over there and boo-hooing at your press conference. We dug this hole. We're going to dig out of it. And the answer.
There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say.
Hey, at least it's Tell the Truth Monday.
So what you're saying is, this is not good enough, and I'm firing somebody. I might fire several people.
I could see them.
And I can't fire myself, but I'm going to fire.
He could fire himself. That would be the greatest.
I could see them releasing a player. I could see them releasing a player and bringing someone up off the practice squad to replace him. I can see that.
The coaches are responsible for getting these guys ready to play. I know they're professionals, but. They're not ready.
I know who was ready to play.
More often than not.
The guys wearing the beautiful blue uniforms last night. By the way, I felt terrible for Art Monk. I felt so bad for Art Monk because people were leaving the stands with 4 minutes left in the first half. They were heading for the exits. That's how bad it was.
Well,
leaving
when was
in
the last
first
time?
half.
I started my Twitter account in 2009. I think it's 2025. 15, 16 years. See if you can ever see where I've tweeted in the first quarter, I'm thinking about going to bed. In 16 years.
I'm not going to do the research. I'm guessing you
Well,
may have done it before, but
No, I'm
it's been a
telling
while.
you. I'm telling you, it's not what I do. I ride it out. Last night, it was just
After the first drive?
after they drove, I was like, yeah, I should just go to bed. Maybe one more possession after that, like we'd fail again.
When they scored early second, probably.
I
Early
should
second.
just go to bed. What am I saying? I was literally tired. We lost an hour with sleep and everything. Like, what am I doing?
we gained an hour.
No, I know, but I'm tired because it's
Okay.
later, right? So I gained an hour, but it was like 10 o'clock felt like 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, right?
Well, your body
Yeah,
felt that
I
way.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys don't understand that? It was
No, your body felt that. Yes,
my
I get it.
body felt like it was later. And I'm just watching this.
Well, it got
horror
dark
show.
at 4:50.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a disaster.
I get sized for fallback.
Oh, I don't
Get
like
that extra hour of sleep.
I don't like getting dark early.
I don't like that part, but I like that
I hate
extra
it.
hour of
I hate
sleep
it,
for one
actually.
night.
Extra hours
Because I stayed up and I
on a
watched.
weekend. It means nothing.
You know what, Jason? Be proud of me. I watched every pitch of the World Series Game 7. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
You know, just to shift
I went
for
to bed
2
on that one,
minutes.
too.
Game 7, the drama of that game was awesome.
It's one of the greatest Game
to see
7s ever.
Rojas hit a home run in the 9th inning, to see Yamamoto come in the game and do what he did. Great defensive plays. I mean, the Blue Jays almost won the World Series by an inch
I know.
when Will Smith takes his foot off the
It was
home
a great.
plate.
It was a great series.
And
It
then
was
he gets it
awesome.
back by basically an inch, 2 inches. And then game-winning home run, Yamamoto. I mean, that was amazing, but that ended, what, 1 in the morning? Something like that?
About that.
Got that extra hour, though.
Nah, but I
No
didn't.
chance you stayed up for that.
Yeah, I was watching it.
You stayed up till 1 in the morning.
Yeah, in my bed.
See?
This
Your
is-
body can
this is
do
a
it.
Christmas miracle.
I was at
It's game
Right here.
7.
I was at a party. We left around 9, and so I'm guessing that was about the 5th inning.
Yeah.
Got home and I just said, This is Game 7. I'm gonna watch.
Look at you.
And I was surprised.
9 o'clock was like the 3rd inning.
Maybe it was the 3rd inning. Yeah, it was probably about third. But I was surprised that Max Scherzer pitched as well as he did. I didn't think he was going to get out of the 3rd inning. But he got through, what did he get to the 5th? 5 1/3, something like that?
Judging by your face, it looks like baseball
He-
kicks.
he
I
didn't
watched.
tune in.
I'll be honest. I watched maybe a half inning or an inning, and I said, "I'm going to bed."
I thought it was, I thought it was great.
captivating me.
Max was awesome. I thought it was great, but I got tired.
I was
Yeah.
worried it was going to go 18 again.
I'll tell you what I got.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have made that.
You know what I got tired of watching? The Terps getting smashed by Indiana.
Yeah.
That's what I got tired of watching.
That's another one.
That was not fun.
They need some scalps over there.
That was
too.
not a fun watch. I can tell you that.
All right. The lines are locked and loaded. It's hard to get to all the calls because there's so much to talk about
You want me to
here.
just list off all the guys I would cut?
Let's do your sacrificial lambs
That, like,
when we come
like, I
back.
don't think we would miss a beat if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
cut them.
Don't put
Let's save
Quabbart
it.
on the list.
God bless. All right, we'll come back. We'll officially hit the skins next, and EB will give us all his sacrificial lambs. Get the sound
I've
effects
got
ready.
it ready. I've got it.
Don't go anywhere. We're the Junkies. Misery Monday on the Junkies is presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com. We'll check in with John Keim from ESPN.com coming up at 7:40. Commanders get blasted. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 3-6. Most significantly, they've lost Jaden Daniels to a dislocated elbow.
Winter is coming. Winter is right around the corner.
Time now
That's not good.
Time
And you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Time now to hit
On
the
many
skins.
levels.
Yeah.
Cooked up by our friends at Oseyo Korean Barbecue. That's in the Lansdowne Town Center. Authentic Korean flavors, bold marinades, and premium cuts right at your table. It's a dining experience. It's as fun as it is delicious. Perfect for date night or dinner with the family. Oseyo means come on in.
All right, so we have audio. We can play that, or this might be more fun. You want to just do what I think there needs to be a scalp today. I think someone needs to get fired. Coach, maybe cut a player, something.
Let's
whatever.
hear your sacrificial lamb list.
All right. So obviously, I think Jaden's still my guy. I'm still Team Jaden. I know JP later in the week maybe wants to talk about if you redrafted. He's still my guy, so I'm all about him. Build around him. He's going to be injured sometimes. He's going to have to roll with it.
Isn't that a factor?
It's a factor.
But we'll talk about that
I think
later.
he's very special.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, he's just another guy. I think you get better runs consistently from Rodriguez and McNichols. You can do whatever you want with him.
By the way, Brian
I'd trade him if we
Robinson,
could get something for
Jason
him.
can talk about this. Brian Robinson yesterday bulldozed somebody and
He
had
did.
a long touchdown.
I know. They gave him the ball like 9 times.
P-Rob's nothing special.
He's nothing special, but he had a good game yesterday.
Let's not have revisionist history here.
Terry,
But neither is Bill.
I still have faith in Terry.
Not arguing that.
Yeah.
I still have faith in Terry, but this lost season. Debo, trade him. Zach Ertz, I'd cut him. The offensive line, this is actually shocking. I think I might keep Tunsil because he's got the best pedigree of all of them. And he's still only 31 years old or whatever, and you could still probably eke out 4 or 5 years. All the other guys.
Yeah, by the way, what happened to
the
all this?
offensive line's been a
What happened to all
disaster.
this talk about? Oh, we're bolstering the offensive line to keep Jaden upright, to keep him protected. How's that working out?
It's not
Spending
working out.
first round draft capital
I like the thought. It just didn't work.
hasn't worked so far.
I would keep Tunsil, and you could do whatever you want with all the other guys. They're just regular guys. Even Sam Cosmi, it's over. Regular guy. Josh Connerly's been a miss.
It's still
Defensively-
too early on Connerly.
Okay, you
It's
can
way
play.
too
You
early.
could play in the playpen with him if you want to try to groom him. I'm over it. Jalen Holmes cut. Deron Payne trade. Kinlaw I'd keep. Preston Smith cut. Frankie Louvu trade. Bobby Wagner retire. Von Miller probably retire. Trey Amos keep. Jeremy Reeves. I really like Jeremy Reeves.
Like Revo.
Quan Martin. He's a nothing cut. Lattimore cut. Sanistril, do whatever you want. But Tressway, I don't know. Put him in the Hall of Fame. He's our best player.
He's not their best player. Jaden's their best player.
Everybody else.
He means active.
Okay, active.
Everybody else. I mean, whatever. I mean, the backups. You could get rid of all the backups.
So 80% of the roster gone.
I didn't do 80%.
Well, pretty close.
I mean,
you did like 80% of the starters.
All right, you want me to go through the backups? Johnny Newton, big disappointment. Nick Ballore, special teams, doesn't do much. Jordan
Newton was
McGee,
the
haven't
steal
seen
of the
enough.
draft, remember?
Jacob Martin, I like. Jonathan Jones, he was terrible last night. Get rid of him. Darnell Savage, I actually made a play or two to keep him. Tyler Owens, I think he sucks. Hamilton, never seen him make a play. I don't know what happened to Noah. I guess he got hurt. Allegretti, get rid of him.
Wasn't there? Hold on.
Chris Moore,
go
get
back
rid
to
of him.
Noah I. Wasn't there like pearl clutching during like training camp where there was a report that Noah I may be traded,
Someone wanted to
and people were
trade
like,
for
no, you can't trade him.
Well, I think he's a depth piece. I actually don't think he sucks, but
He's very tradable.
He
If
hasn't
somebody-
played in forever.
If somebody shows interest, pack your bags.
That's fine. Andrew Wiley, he should have retired a long time ago. I don't know. Brandon Coleman, I mean, I guess he sucks.
By the way, everybody who picks up the line in the next 24 hours from Adam Peters, they know he's desperate.
Oh, totally.
Couldn't be more desperate.
Look, Adam Peters is calling this guy 3-6.
All right, let me call. You be AP.
All right, hold on. Let me find my phone.
I mean, you be who I'm calling. I'm AP.
All right.
All right. I'm calling Howie Roseman. Hey, Howie. How you doing?
What's up, Adam? Things aren't going so well down there in D.C., are they?
Hey, I know A.J. Brown has had some issues. Any interest in Debo?
Debo. Dunbo? No, thank you. Go look at his numbers the last 3 games. Next.
Hey, you guys are always looking for cornerback depth. Would you have any interest in Marshawn Lattimore?
Only if they start awarding points based on yellow flags thrown. No thanks. Hang up. Bye. There, that's
not taking anybody. Nobody.
How about a Zach Ertz reunion?
Yeah, that's laughable. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Can I go through the coaching staff?
Sure.
I was waiting for this.
All right. Dan
Start
Quinn.
swinging that axe.
Dan Quinn could do with either or, but he's irrelevant.
It's amazing how these guys were all geniuses last year. They were geniuses.
I don't know that he was a genius.
Adam Peters was a genius.
I've always thought Dan Quinn was cheesy.
Remember, he came to interview and he was flying coach back, waiting at a TSA line with all the peasants.
Well, the frustrating thing is
like myself.
Their number one target was Ben Johnson. His offense had almost 600 yards yesterday, and they're winning. What are they, 6-3? The Bears?
I don't know. They have 6 wins
or they're
or 5?
5-3, maybe.
I think it's 5.
5-3 because they had a bye. And then they also wanted McDonald.
Yeah.
Less reported, but they lowballed him in terms of money, and maybe McDonald preferred Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, McDonald's dead. He's dead sexy.
By the way, Jack, I know the one that got away. Hey, there's an alternate universe where you have Drake May and Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of Cliff, to be honest with you. I'm not sophisticated. I don't know. Like he draws up some nice plays.
He's better than Bieniemy.
Yeah. So I mean, like
anybody's better than Bieniemy.
I don't know. I would probably keep him. Joe Witt Jr. He has no answers.
All right, but
he's
better than. He's also better than Scott Turner.
Better than Scott Turner.
Joe Witt Jr. Literally, he doesn't have the solution. He doesn't have any answers. Like he doesn't have the parts.
He doesn't have the parts.
But he also doesn't have the answers. So
yeah, but you could bring in. Let me just defend Joe Witt in this respect. Yesterday, I heard one of the announcers during the Chiefs-Bills game call Spags like the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. I thought that was hyperbole.
He gets elevated by Patrick Mahomes.
Right, but let's put Spags. Let's put Spags in the booth. What's he gonna do?
I don't know.
What's he gonna do? Exactly.
I want Greg Williams gets more out of this group.
Going to get beat by 30 is what's going to happen.
Right.
With this roster, you're right.
Greg Williams,
like I said, the statistics for Sam Darnold yesterday against man coverage and against zone coverage are almost identical.
Yeah.
He killed them all.
I would keep Larry Izzo. The defensive quality control coach, George Banco, you got to go. I mean, for sure, you got to be like the first one to go.
Zero quality.
Yeah.
Quality is poor, some would say.
I don't know. Assistant quarterbacks coach, David Blau. You can do whatever.
Well, he's a rising star in the coaching community, EB.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get rid of him.
Offensive assistant, Andre Coleman. I don't know. Irrelevant person. Tommy Donatel, defensive backs coach, fired. Wide receiver coach, Bobby Ingram. I don't know. I just don't know. Assistant defensive line, Suri Floyd, fired. Assistant defensive backs coach, William Gay, fired.
I wouldn't want to fire Sharif Floyd, by the way. He's probably like 320 pounds. He's a big
offensive
dude.
line coach Bobby Johnson, the guy that's all on testosterone now. I don't know.
You don't know what to do with him.
I don't know what to do. Brian Johnson, offensive passing game coordinator. He seems irrelevant. Ryan Kerrigan, fired.
Yeah, franchise legend? You're firing him?
He's our pass rush specialist. Fired.
Okay,
he should suit up.
He's got old guys rushing the passer.
All right, but fired. Running game coordinator, Anthony Lynn. I actually like him. I would keep him.
The running game stinks. What are you talking about?
They rushed for 157 yards.
You loved the running game 3 weeks ago.
They get more out of their backups than anybody in football. Like what they get out of Rodriguez and McNichols. I mean, I think Anthony Lynn's good.
What do we do with
Ken Norton Jr. fired?
Can I ask you this? What do we do with the back padding? Like you so much back padding about Bill,
a lot of
and now you're off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Do we have some sort of machine to erase the back padding?
No, it's in perpetuity.
No, they just kind of forget about it.
Yeah. You downplay those.
They forget about the negatives. It's only the positives.
Yeah, you only stress.
I mean,
the
so much Bill back padding, and he's done nothing.
Yeah, you don't go back and correct what you did originally. That would be counterproductive.
Hey, is Ryan Kerrigan younger than Von Miller?
Probably close.
Probably pretty close.
Came in about the same time.
Yeah. You have to check that one.
I'd fire. Did I see Ken Norton Jr. fire him too?
It would be a funny bit if they suited up Kerrigan.
Hey, bank local, cheer local. In business, every
about
day is
180
game
pounds
day.
now.
Business is always moving up or down, but never still. That's why the Main Street Bank team treats every day like game day. Main Street Bank is a business-focused community bank proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com to learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender.
Welcome back. It's a Misery Monday on The Fan, presented by Chiniga Mayos, the 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com. Commanders get blasted on Sunday Night Football at home against the Seattle Seahawks. They've lost 4 in a row, 3 straight by 21 points or more. Joining us right now to give us a little more insight on the Rude Guest Hotline, Rude's most reliable heating and air conditioning products in the DMV. It is our pal, John Keim. Hey, John.
What up, fellas? How are you?
Hey, John, at least last year was fun.
It was a nice blip in the career arc.
Yeah, it was a blip.
So we got to start with Jaden. What did you see on that play? I think Dan Quinn talked about the design of the play afterwards.
Yes.
That he kind of was surprised that Jaden ran to the right. And I don't know that you have the information, but do we expect him to miss the rest of the season?
So there's a couple of things. One, let's start with the big news on that. So we don't know yet if he'll miss the season. He's still, I know, like reports out there, the X-rays were negative. That was only part of the testing process. Mm-hmm. So that rules out fracture. Now you still have to get an MRI. Yeah, you still have to get an MRI, which then will reveal whether there's nerve damage, whether there's anything torn.
Ligaments,
and then
For sure there's going to be ligament damage,
Well, and then it's the severity of that, and do you need surgery? That's what we still need to know. That will determine whether or not he's out for the year. Mm-hmm. Because if there's no surgery, conceivably you could be back in 3 to 6 weeks, possibly. Generally, I would just say, because I don't know the exact timetable, but conceivably. And so, but that's what the MRI will show. We don't know that yet. So I think that's going to be the bigger test.
Say he misses.
And then as far as the play goes, what it is, it's basically option of handing off or throwing to the flat. And typically you're not going to scramble on that one. What happens on the play is there's a free rusher right at him on the edge. So it turns into that because there's really nobody ready to.
There's nothing else to do.
Right. There's nothing. So if he doesn't hand it off to Rodriguez, he's going to get, if he hands it off to Rodriguez, nothing happens. Right. But then because he opted not to, but there's a free rusher at him, and then that mucked the whole play up. So that's why, there was an issue on the pass.
And you can't scold him for it because he's a baller. He's trying to make a play.
He's trying to make a play, and there's nowhere to go with the ball at that point. There's a guy right in his face, immediately on him. And so, yeah.
John, say he misses 4 games, misses a month, and then the season, they don't turn things around. They're out of it. Do they bring him back for the last meaningless 3 or 4 games, or do they just put him on the shelf till 2026? What's your best guess?
Best guess is that they bring him back because he would, if he's ready, I think he would be. I think that's what he would strongly push for. I also think that you have to look at the state of the roster at that point too, right? Like what's how is the O-line doing? Are the receivers back finally? Mm-hmm. I think maybe things like that. But if there's several games left, I think they would want to get him back out there just to
keep developing him.
Yeah. Right. He's still only a second-year quarterback, and also because I think you'd want to finish the year feeling positive out of something because right now there's nothing. But so at that point, could I see that? Yeah. And again, knowing how he is and how he's wired, I think he'd be pretty PO'd if he didn't go back in. And I understand, I know when they shut Robert down in 2013, it wasn't really because they wanted to get him the offseason healthy. That was a stated thing, but it wasn't really about that.
Right. How defensive do you think he got in the presser after the game about leaving him in there down 38-7?
Wasn't that defensive?
I don't know, but I don't know if I'd call it defensive. I've seen much more defensive. I think he just wasn't going to go there, and he certainly doesn't operate in hindsight. And I'm sure it'll come up again because there's still more things to get the mindset of what were you trying to accomplish at that point with him in the game, right? And I know you can. This isn't an apples to apples situation, but like last year, the first game of the year against Tampa, they felt pretty good because of how they finished the game on offense. and and they felt like they could build something on that. Now, is that part of what's going on? Is it part of it? Like, hey, here's the other thing. Like Seattle had its first, I think the starting defensive line was all out, so it's not like they were having everybody in there and you're facing, their dogs up front again, right? So, I don't know how much that factors into it. You wanted to finish strong, but again, like going back to last year, well, that was his first game. You're not going to take him out, but are you still trying to finish maybe on a better note for the offense, because you do have games coming up where you need to start building something on offense, because they've had nothing. And so I don't know, but I am curious, like what the mindset was of why, because the natural inclination is, okay, you're down 31, and
they punted on the previous drive. To me, they would already raise the white flag.
The reason why is, John, in my opinion, is they were still trying to find something on offense, because the offense has been bad all year, and they're trying to find something.
The defense has also been bad, John, and I want to ask you this. I want to ask it in a different way to challenge you. Give me some positives on defense.
Jeremy Reeves. I like Jeremy Reeves.
Yeah, are you talking about from last night or overall?
Either.
Go overall.
It's hard to find any.
It is. Like, listen, even last night, I think I tweeted out there, like, there's nothing that you can say right now that they really do well. And I know, like, last week, I think somebody asked Quinn about, like, what did he feel good about? I said, well, the pass rush. But I don't know that you can look at anything and say, like, well, at least they do this. I think, you know what I mean? Like, they do some things in spurts, but not consistently. Like early in the year, it was, well, they're stopping the run. Well, now they're not. And I think the injuries on the edge play a part of that, but it's not they're just not stopping it. And so I don't know. I think guys like Kinlaw and they've done a good job, but clearly not good enough. And nobody is changing games and making game-changing plays. And so, you have some parts, but they need a lot of work on that side of the ball.
What about just the terrible starts? And, I keep saying, and part of this is, look, I'm trying to do a show. I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to come up with ideas. I'm saying I need a scalp, for lack of a better phrase. I need somebody. There needs to be consequences, right? At some point, there needs to be consequences. And I don't know if it's just the sacrificial lamb, the third coordinator on, defensive quality control. I don't know. Or I don't know if it's some backup somewhere. But I feel like there needs to be consequences, John, because everywhere you look, we're failing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's hard to disagree, because it's been really bad. And, as far as like, I don't know for Quinn, his MO in the past has not been to just give a sacrificial lamb, so to speak.
I understand.
During the season. However, like, listen.
This is the bottom.
You can't escape that thinking, because this is really bad. And
repeatedly,
again,
same things over and over and over.
Well, exactly. So at some point, yes, there you would that would be a logical conclusion at some point that would happen. But what that means, when, no clue. But you can't go a year like this. And there's 8 games left.
Mm-hmm.
You can't keep
saying, half the season.
You can't keep saying the answer's in this room. No, it's not. The answer's not actually in this room.
Yeah, and I think like right now, there's nowhere else to go for that. I think when you're looking at it right now, then we look at the end of the season, the answers could be elsewhere. Because but right now there's not a move they're going to make out from outside that's going to really do much for them. So that's why I think he says that. But like when we get outside after the season, you can't just do that. Like you can't have it be this bad, and then either it's always like when it's this bad. To me, I always look at like if it's an organizational failure, because like were the right guys there? All right, or did you have enough of them? And I know like
that's
again,
definitely true too. Yeah.
So there is that, right? And so then you have to include that.
I just need some empty lockers today.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to have an empty locker.
Yeah, it's bad. And listen, you have Detroit next.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier.
Here's the other thing is, that's one you kind of know where that one's going to go at this point, barring the you never know what happens in the NFL phrase. But then, what happens if it's bad in Madrid against Miami?
Right.
That's the interesting.
They should save the fuel. I don't even care about the climate. Save the climate.
Hey, John, you're a guy that watches film.
Maybe, you know what, they flex that game to Huntington, West Virginia.
Hey, John, you're a guy that watches film, and I'm not sophisticated enough to know, but I've kind of thrown it out there. I think moving forward, and this would probably have to happen in the offseason. It's not going to happen during the season. I think Jaden needs to play under center more. They barely ever have him under center, and I think he would benefit from it, and the team would benefit from it. What are your thoughts on that?
I think there are plays that you can't run with him under center. Some of the RPO game, which is big for them, zone read, things like that. There are plays that you can't run, and the run games have, in some of that stuff has become more sophisticated, where it's you can run more out of pistol than you could. It's just more developed. So I just think there's some plays that you would not be able to get to, and you're now taking away chunks of your offense. So I will say, they do it less than, and I've talked to, and I know I'm saying this because I've talked to people about it. Just what is, why or why not? Because some teams are heavy play action and under center. The Rams are heavy like that, but that's Matthew Stafford too, right? But there are teams that have success with it, and last year these guys had great success not being that way. But could they do more? Last night when they're doing it, you kind of had a feeling what was coming. But to at least lessen the predictability of it. But that is part of it. You would lose a chunk of your offense. But it doesn't mean you can't do it more. If you want to do it more, then I think that's something certainly worth asking, for sure, because there are the Seahawks don't do it. This year, because I was looking at this, their under center plays were not among the highest in the league, but yet when they do it, it's highly effective, and they don't run a ton of play action, but when they do it, it's highly effective because of the style of the runs they're getting to. So could you do it more? Yeah, sure, because they haven't done it a lot, and this year nothing's really working. And again, it's really hard with this offense I can sit here and say things, then I keep going back to who are you throwing to? It's really difficult. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing to me that you can help Jaden by just getting more weapons.
And one less guy, because McCaffrey looks like he's going to be out for a while.
But I'm not even including him necessarily in that because he hasn't been to the level they need. But you bring in Debo, but then McLaurin missing all those games. Noah Brown missing all those games. And I know Brown's hurt a lot, so that's not shocking that he would miss games. But that's and I think you need some more. I think Zach Ertz has been a steady, reliable guy for Jaden, but you need a second guy there who can ascend, and is Benson at that guy? We need to see more proof, and it's not just a matter of target him more. You got to get open to get those targets, and is that happening enough? And so I think you just need some more explosiveness on that offense, and you can help. I was talking about on my podcast. One way you can help Daniels with protecting himself is by getting guys who can win a little bit quicker. So that's something they have to get in the off season.
All
right, John. Good stuff. It's John Keim from ESPN.com.
Thanks,
Talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Get some rest.
Of course, it's a Misery Monday presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careerswithmios.com. What's up, everybody? I've been telling you about Metropolitan Moving and Storage for a long time. I've used them on multiple occasions. Everybody here at the station uses them whether it's me, Grant Paulson, CK, and many more. That's why we call them the official, unofficial moving and storage company, 1067 The Fan. Look, they're the best. They've been at it for 3 decades, best in industry service. We're talking local moves, long distance moves, residential, commercial, Metropolitan Moving and Storage. They need to be your number one pick. At Metropolitan Moving and Storage, they can stage your home, pack your boxes, build custom crates. They even can send a moving consultant to your home or office to discuss your move and provide a free on-site estimate. Metropolitan Moving and Storage, they provide East Coast Express service. No one gets you there better and faster than my crew over at Metropolitan Moving and Storage. Take it from me, JP. Hit up my guy, Justin, at Metropolitan Moving and Storage. You call 301-279-0090. That's 301-279-0090. And tell them JP from the Junkie sent you. Or you can go online at dcmetropolitanmoving.com. That's dcmetropolitanmoving.com.
Breaking news, x-rays on Jaden Daniels' dislocated left elbow, his non-throwing elbow, were negative, according to sources for Nikki Javala of The Athletic. Daniels dislocated his elbow late in the loss to the Seattle Seahawks 38-14. Once again, breaking news, Jaden Daniels dislocated left elbow. X-rays were negative. This update driven by your local Washington area Honda dealers. Head coach Dan Quinn on where do we go from here.
When you miss it like we did tonight, it's frustrating and all the emotions that go with that. I also said we're the same ones that have to dig us out. So we'll look at everything tomorrow and find our ways, but the answers would come from within. Yeah, it was a rough one for us in the locker room. How do we fix? Where do we go? Like that's what the plan calls for.
Arizona and Dallas tonight at 8:15 p.m. Wizards and the Knicks at 7:15 on the Fan. Virginia Tech versus Charleston Southern 6:30 on Bloomberg 99.1. From the Crop Metcalf 5-Star Sports Desk, Byron Kerr on the Fan.
Welcome back. Junkies come to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. 910 The Fan, 105.1 FM in Richmond. You can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. We're brought to you by Crop Metcalf, the official heating and cooling company of the Junkies. Fish Cakes. EB and JP on a Misery Monday talk about the 38-14 thrashing at the hands of the Seattle Seahawks, an embarrassing loss, humiliating home game. Trying to celebrate Art Monk's jersey being retired.
Man,
Yeah,
I felt terrible for him that was the lead up to his ceremony at the halftime of the game. Gross.
Game in which the defense allowed 418 yards. Sam Darnold had 3 incompletions. You know, Jason, he was 17 for 17. His first incompletion, JSN was open.
Right.
It was actually, he just underthrew him.
He underthrew him, yeah.
He underthrew him. I don't know. I can't remember a box score they looked at. Do you know how many quarterback hits they had as a team?
The Commanders?
No, man, they didn't touch him.
1 or 2, maybe?
I think it was 1.
I mean, it couldn't have been a lot. Oh, and by the way, he was doing that with mostly a cast of backup wideouts outside of JSN.
Somehow,
Cup was out. I know.
Somehow, Preston Smith touched Sam Darnold. That's the only quarterback hit they had in the game. So, tons of defensive issues, but the Jaden Daniels injury is front and center. And we want to hear from you specifically on this. Maybe you got to reload the phone lines. I don't know. 1-800-636-1067. 2 questions. One, you just heard the breaking news update. He doesn't have a fracture. So we don't know what the MRI is going to say, but let's say he's physically capable of coming back in a month.
So he misses 4 games.
Do you put him back on the field?
How many games would be left then? 4?
4.
Yeah, I'd play him.
Do you put him back on the field?
Yes.
That's number 1.
Yes.
And number 2, I just want to go around the room.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to predict how many games Jaden Daniels would play next season, what would it be? What would you set the over-under at?
12?
I'd go a little higher because I hope it's a little fluky.
12?
14 to 15.
Yeah. I would go.
I would take the under on that.
Yeah,
I would probably take
I think
that.
the 12 is a good number.
Disaster. I would go 14. I'm optimistic still.
But this is an issue moving forward because, they have a good backup in Marcus Murray. With Jaden Daniels, I don't think you can take backup for granted.
No, you have to have a solid backup plan.
Yes, you do.
He's your quarterback.
And you do for most quarterbacks. I think that's
for everybody. I think
it's not just for him.
You're just one blindside hit away or one wrenched ankle away from every starter being out. Right. So I need a solid backup plan even for Patrick Mahomes, for Josh Allen, for Jaden Daniels. Just go down the list.
Let me ask you this about just his contemporaries that were drafted last year. I don't think, I'm just going to go with top guys. And I might be wrong. I don't think Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Bo Nix have missed a start since they started.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't mean that's going to happen throughout their careers.
Drake May maybe hasn't missed a start, but he's been knocked out of a game.
I mean, that doesn't mean that Caleb Williams isn't going to miss a string of 3 or 4 games.
Any quarterback could get hurt.
I mean, it's a tough position. Like Joe Burrow, he's not fragile.
Oh, I would call him fragile.
But I don't know. He's
or injury prone, whatever term you want to use.
He's injury prone.
Major injuries.
Yeah.
He's
definitely injury prone.
injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happens.
Some guys
it's
get
easier
injured.
to blame it on him because he looks so spindly. But like he dislocated his elbow. That doesn't have much to do with being spindly. Like he was just in an awkward spot. They destroyed the elbow.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would heal.
It was
him
a
up.
pretty standard tackle. I just think because his left arm is pretty thin. Maybe it's just not muscular enough to handle.
I don't buy that.
He just
like Scatabo, same thing. He's a beast. It dislocated his foot or whatever.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad.
It's a violent sport. I'm not willing to say that he's incapable of staying reasonably healthy. I'm not willing to say that yet.
I know, but you came up with this same word that I came up with. Like he's fragile. It's hard not to say
he's a little more fragile maybe than Drake May, sure, because of his size. But even those big guys get hurt.
If Cliff is here again next year, I'd make it a priority again to re-sign Marcus Mariota. He's only on a 1-year deal. Now, there might be interest outside of Washington for him.
I still would like an upgrade on Mariota. He's Marcus Mariota.
You're not going to get much of an upgrade as a backup.
It's a backup.
Backups are backups.
Like who's your upgrade?
I just think the love affair with Mariota is a joke.
That's fine, but who's your upgrade? Sam Howell?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
don't have the
as
answer.
far as backup quarterbacks go, I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's top of the list, but he's pretty damn solid.
Well, and he works the system too.
Right.
He's not a totally
That's what I
different
mean.
player.
Like if Cliff is still here next year and doesn't get a head coaching gig, I've got to have Mariota here too. If you're going to keep running this style of offense, which I would assume they would.
All I'm saying is I'm still Team Jaden. I'm still building my team around him, and I'm going to have to deal with occasional injuries, maybe a little bit more than a Drake May type, than a bigger guy, but you never know. You never know. The talent is such that I work with it. I continue to work with it. I don't just say
you
he's
got no
too
other
spindly, and I got to move on, and I got to find somebody bigger and tougher.
No one's saying that.
It's only if it becomes the next 2 or 3 seasons where he plays like 10 games or less every year. If that becomes the case, and I can't rely on him to play 14 or 15 games every year, then it's a real issue.
Then we'll cross that bridge.
Look, he started all 17 games last season. And I know you said earlier that he barely started. So you got to give him credit for that. He didn't miss any games last year. They took him out. Here's the interesting thing about taking him out.
98% of the Panthers game,
Here's the interesting thing about keeping him on the field at the end of the game last year is the Dallas Cowboys game last year, which ended up meaning nothing, but it potentially could have meant something. They took him out at halftime because
they needed him next week.
Because Dan Quinn said he was afraid of him getting hurt.
Because they needed him the following week.
Okay, but
they
in
can't
this
play
game,
that way in a regular season.
In this game, you're down by 31 points. He has been hit on 50% of his dropbacks, and you kept him in. And you punted the previous drive. You already were raising the white flag.
Not really. You're just because you're not going for it on a 4th down. I mean, they went for it on a 4th down. It was a 4th and 15. They went for it. Remember, he ran and was short. They went for it on a long 4th down.
Well, why punt at all?
Because you're not going to go for every 4th down. That's not necessarily raising the white flag. I think that he was in because, and I understand that revisionist history, you're going to question it, but he's a young quarterback. He's trying to do something. He's trying to still develop the guy. Just because you're down
all year,
right?
That's why they were.
When do you bring your starting quarterback out? When you're down 3 touchdowns?
If
24 points,
if we
28
were
points,
averaging 30 points a game, and it was the same score, they would have said, "No, we're taking him out. We this game's lost."
I think
they're still trying to find a freaking identity.
I think my benchmark would be 30 points. If you're down 30 points and there's less than 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, I'm going to turn to my quarterback and say, your day's over. You did what you could. Valiant effort. We appreciate it. It's time to put Mariota in.
I think that's the correct choice, Cakes. That's the correct choice. I'm just saying I know why they did it. Because they were grasping to find something.
Dan Quinn wishes he could go back in time and undo it.
I bet I'm just telling you why they did it.
So let's erase the question about the future because none of us know like the whole over-under thing. But here's the one question to tackle. You're the GM. You're the head coach. Jaden is off of the injured list, and there's 2 games left in the season. He can play those last 2. Do you play him?
and
Two
you're out
versus
and you
four?
you have no shot at making the playoffs.
No, they've already been eliminated.
No, I don't play him. No chance.
That's maybe different.
0% chance I risk further injury for 2 meaningless games.
4 games, I 100% play him.
2 games? All right, well, what is he, the backup? Or is he just on an injured list?
Then they would just put him on an injured list, and they just.
I mean, if he's healthy, he's going to play. If he's cleared by doctors, and teams don't do that. They don't just bench guys.
I understand
because they're trying to avoid injury.
Sometimes you have to protect your asset. He is your most important player. Sometimes you have to protect him from himself.
Maybe with 2 games, 1 or 2 games, yeah. But with a month left, I think he's
with
playing.
4 games left, he's playing.
So where do you draw the line? 3 games left.
I don't know.
Play him.
Play him.
If they have no playoff possibilities, I don't bring him back. Sorry,
we all know
they got no playoffs.
They're playoffs already.
They're done
They have
now.
4% chance
would you bench him? So would you bench him? Let's say he didn't
No, they're
get hurt.
done.
Would you
They're not gonna
bench
make the
him
playoffs.
tomorrow, next week because it's already basically over?
No, but if
you'd have
but
played him,
he can't stay on the field this year. Why am I going to bring him back to get knocked out again? I'm not doing it.
They're kind of fluky.
I'm just going to chalk this up as a horrible year, which it is. Everybody's seeing it unfold, and you're not coming back.
Well, that's
even
what
if you
Coach
are
Cakes
healthy.
would do. Coach Quinn's not going to do that if he's cleared by doctors. He's going to play him.
So he likely doesn't have a fracture because they would see that. According to that David Chow guy who, has been an NFL doctor for 17 years in his past, what they're looking for now will be ligament injuries, which for sure he's going to have.
Yeah.
You can't dislocate like that without stretching and loosening up those ligaments. But it's his left arm. Like you could literally have a gimp left arm and play. I wouldn't be shocked
I mean, it
if
kinda
he was
just
back in
depends
3
on the
weeks.
pain.
Until you get slammed down
Just
on it
depends on the
again
pain,
and get
yeah.
knocked out of the game again.
Yeah. I mean, if he's got pain,
Well, who cares? It's
I don't
his
think
left
he's
arm.
gonna-
Maybe you could cut it off. You don't even need it.
no, they're not going to do that. If
I'm
he's
just saying it's an irrelevant appendage to play
I mean, you
quarterback.
need it to run. What if it affects his running?
Saying
You know what I mean?
relatively speaking, it's
I think
relatively.
I don't think if there's ligament damage,
relatively meaningless.
Running,
you can't
rip
play
the
him.
ball.
You could put it prosthetic in there and play.
Prosthetic.
Yeah.
Didn't Carson Wentz, isn't he done for the year because his banged up, meaningless left arm?
Left shoulder.
Is
His shoulder.
inoperable.
Left shoulder.
This is just frustration seeping.
Yeah, it's just
No, I'm being
everybody's
honest.
tired. They're
I
ornery.
literally
It's not as
he could
significant.
be in the para of NFL or whatever, and in the NFL.
It's not as significant as other injuries because it is his non-throwing
No, no.
Yeah, it's
arm.
like
I think what
But it's not meaningless.
Part of it
Trivial
is
injury.
part of why we're all salty.
It's not a trivial injury, B.
This is, I think, part of it is trauma.
What if he needs Tommy John?
Trauma from past
Yes.
beatdowns in prime time.
Yes.
We thought that this era was over, and we're kind of sliding back into it.
Yeah.
And it's not
Yeah.
fun. It's
Hey,
not
on
fun.
the bright side, they'll have a softer schedule next year.
Mr. Brightside.
And
I do like that.
only 2 more days of the stupid political commercials.
Well, that's the best. They're backsliding on the biggest stage, and that I think is traumatic for Commanders fans. We thought we were past this portion of watching the Commanders on prime time, getting embarrassed. Happened again last night.
All right, let's go back to the phones.
Did you see some meanie did do a side by side of RG3 and Jaden's injury, both
Yeah.
like against the Seahawks, both like
Same
at the,
yard
at the
line.
same yard line.
Same down,
Yeah.
second down. As
I mean,
NFL
he's
memes.
similar to RG3 body type wise, but that's about it. I mean, whatever. And they run, but I mean, he's such a better quarterback to him. That's why I hate to make those. That's why I hate to make those comparisons. But I mean, yeah, they're similar body types.
Well, everyone knows Jaden's a better quarterback than Robert.
I know, but they like to boil it down to that. So that's why I don't like to do it. But it's fine.
Well,
it's fine. I'm not mad at you, Valdez. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm trying to explain why people do it is because you have all of this hope, and then your hope is getting dashed because of an injury.
Well, I think
I think that's why there's a comparison. No one's saying Robert
Except
is
that Robert wasn't talented enough to ever do. I don't think consistently with Jaden.
And also, Robert's big injury was his legs. You took away Robert's legs, he was dead.
Yeah.
Shot. Yeah.
Dead. Yeah, like a shot fighter. All right, let's go to the phones. 1-800-636-1067.
All right, just
do you play Jaden?
What, at week 4?
If he comes back.
Well, you got to give
healthy.
him. You got to.
Well, you can't play him in week 4.
No, I'm just saying with 4 weeks left.
Sure, you want to go with 4 weeks
I
left?
think that's a good cutoff.
All right.
I mean, if he's, I think from 2 or less, it's fair to just shut him down. But 4 or more, I think you got to play him. I mean, he's a football player.
All right, so
I mean, you
Giants, yeah, because they played all division games, right? Giants,
home to Philly,
home to Phillies,
home to
Cowboys,
Dallas,
2 Phillies
then
and
at
Dallas.
Philly, yeah.
So play him for the division games.
I just play him when he's healthy. Jim, what's up?
What's up? Hey, I would not put him out there, man. Offense don't have no identity. You know, they putting that boy out in harm's way. Conley, he can't block. They just put Wiley out there. It's just time just to, chill and just prepare for next year, man, because on both sides of the ball, the defense ain't playing with no heart. You know, I'm a ticket holder myself. I'm disappointed in the whole organization right now. But, you know, we love JD5. Get well, man.
Yeah. All right, thank you. I agree with that sentiment. Thank you, buddy. He deserves better. Let's go to Antonio. Antonio, what's up? Going with the Junks.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, if there's 4 games left, they're clearly out of playoff contention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put him back in. As a matter of fact, I think it's very clear that the front office did a really, really bad job of surrounding him with talent. They overestimated the roster from last year. They make really bad decisions that I've noticed. For example, they routinely draft players and then put somebody else in front of them. You know, we had Allen last year and Payne. Then we went ahead and drafted Newton. Didn't really give him too much playing time, but then in the offseason gave Kinlaw this big contract. Doesn't make much sense. Did the same thing, drafting a tight end in the second round. Doesn't really get that much playing time. They completely just overestimated how good they were. And so really this should be a fire sale. They should be getting rid of a lot of the players that they know are not going to be here for the future and try to do the best that they can to store up some draft capital to really surround Jaden with some help next year. But
would you play him? Would you play him? That's the question.
No, he said no.
You said no. Okay.
No,
all right. Thank you,
no.
Antonio.
No,
Thank you.
All right, man.
And I've advocated all show and on Twitter, I'd fire somebody today. Just if nothing else, just as a token to show there are consequences. And you could even say behind closed doors, listen, dude, I know it's not your fault, but there's got to be consequences. And, you and your wife go to Turks and Caicos, go in there, go look at the fish.
Turks and Caicos.
You could get paid. We'll pay out your contract, but we gotta shake it up a little bit.
So it could be a player, not
player
just,
or a coach. I kind of
I
want a
know what
coach
I'm
to be
doing.
held accountable because they're coming out dead.
Hey, I know what I'm doing.
Let's go to. I almost want a coach more than a player. Vince, what's up?
Hey guys, how are you? Good morning.
What's up? Hey, good morning.
I have 2 points. I have 2 points to make to you. Number one, I know there's a lot of blame to go around, certainly with coaching and players, but the last several games, I have to ask you about mental acuity, meaning the coaches can do all the X's and O's in the film and coach those guys up during the week. But what I've noticed, certainly from a couch potato here, is they are just not in the game, both in terms of being ready mentally, but also as the game progresses. There are a ton of mental mistakes.
Yeah.
And you can see that as a layman. And I wonder where you place the blame on that in terms of better coaching, or we just don't have players that have their head in the game.
I don't know.
Understand what needs to happen.
I don't know the
I
answer.
don't know how you can put
both.
I don't know how you can put Zach Ertz on a couple of false starts on a
On the
coach.
coach, I know. That's
guy's
on him.
Guy's like a 13-year vet. I mean, he knows.
That's why I'm over him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could put that on coaching.
But they always say that
veterans
they
know
always
how
say that when you jump offside and you have all these kind of penalties, that's coaching. It's obviously not been a point of emphasis. You're not locked in.
I can't imagine it's not a point of emphasis.
I'm sure it is, but
I just can't imagine.
I'm sure it is, but not to the extent that it's gotten through to the guys. Maybe these guys are dumber.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
It's football 101, not to jump off sides
I agree.
or false start.
You'd expect it from a rookie, not from a guy who's been in the
And
league
they're
dozen plus
professionals.
years.
Yeah.
That's why I need empty lockers today.
All right, empty some.
Empty lockers.
Rock and roll.
There's got to be. You can't just run it back with the same donks. We're just going to keep running it back with the same guys, expecting the same
Well, I mean, they've made
different results?
They've made a bunch of different,
Barely.
call-ups from practice squad.
Okay, barely.
I mean, you had Burks playing last night. Jonathan Jones finally came back.
Owens.
Well, who else are you going to put on the
Yeah,
field?
no, that's
That's
who
on
they're
the
You can't go pluck Patrick Surtain off the
who they're
street.
saddled with.
I mean, come on.
That's all they
It's
can do.
peripheral
That's all you
stuff.
got.
Traylon Burks.
Cut somebody.
You got 50? They might do that.
Lose your job.
Why are you
1-800
attacking me?
636-1067 is the number. It's frustration, it's anger, it's disappointment, it's all that. And it's misery, because it is Misery Monday, presented by Chiniga Mayos, a 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com.
Jaden's been hurt 3 straight times in 3 straight games. Does this organization have to take a different approach with 3 straight times in 3 straight games? Keeping him on the field, even if a game's lost, or you think there's a chance, even if you think there's still a chance to win, if it's not capable of giving him the support he needs on the offense and the defensive side for him to be at his best? Yeah, I think the answer to that is we will give him the support to do that. And I'm certain of that, Dave, to make sure that we do that in every single way. And that's calls, offense, defense, like the whole way through, man. I absolutely feel that way on, the hamstring injury, and so tonight with an elbow. Yeah, it's really important we get that part right, and we will.
It's Coach Dan Quinn answering a question from David Aldridge about Daniels' 3 injuries in 3 games. This season started with the knee injury. That sidelined him for 2 games. Then the hamstring, that sidelined him for a game, and now we've got the elbow. To be determined on how many games he misses.
Well, it's looking like multiple games, obviously, with that injury.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not sure how many, but I would guess a month,
4 to 6 weeks
minimum.
Yeah.
And the question we've thrown out there, and it's a hypothetical question, but it's if Jaden Daniels could come back with 4 games left in the season, and they're essentially eliminated from the playoffs, do you play him?
My take is no, but I know that's an unpopular opinion.
It's not unpopular. 76% right now. I put up a second poll of the day.
Interesting.
Well, this is
Say
also
no.
a town full of losers that love to tank. So,
It's not for
That's
tanking.
fair.
It's not because of tanking. I'm doing it because I need a fully healthy Jaden Daniels heading into a season that matters, 2026. 2025 no longer matters.
I think you said it best
In my
earlier that
opinion.
you're protecting your asset.
Yes.
Right? He's your greatest
He's by
asset.
far the most
and
important
you
player
clearly
on the team.
can't protect him, at least against Seattle. Now,
Right.
Seattle's got a good defense. He was hit. Sam
bunch.
Darnold was hit one time.
Right.
He was pressured 50% of his dropbacks. 17 out of 34 dropbacks, he was pressured.
They don't need to sit Jaden Daniels.
That doesn't include his running.
They don't need to sit Jaden to secure a high draft pick. That's happening already. It's already happening.
I agree with that.
I mean, it's not a tank. It's just the team is flawed.
If he
and
was
they're
a
bad.
10 to 12 year veteran, I can see them sitting him, but he's in his second year. I think he's still developing as a quarterback. And I don't think so. He is. So
Sure.
I think if he's cleared by doctors and he's healthy, I think you have to play him.
Yeah, totally.
Last year, Caleb Williams was down 38 to 13 in the middle of the fourth quarter against the 49ers, and he was still playing.
Okay, that's a 25-point deficit. Teams may have come back from that. No team has ever come back.
It was middle of the fourth quarter.
It's fine. What?
It was middle of the fourth.
8 minutes left.
It was middle of the fourth quarter.
Okay, but
Jade was in.
It was
with
physically impossible for the
I understand
Commanders
that.
to come back.
That's
and win
not why
last
he was
night.
in the game. That's not why he was in.
Well,
he wasn't in because
he
Dan
was-
Quinn said we could score 30 points in 7
He
minutes.
was in-
Exactly.
he was
That's what
in-
I've been saying.
He was
He
in
was
because of coaching malpractice.
And maybe
that's why he was
was
Well, hold
in
on.
because
And
the
maybe-
offense has been brutal
And
all
maybe
year.
since they were moving the ball in that drive, if he scores there with 7 minutes to go, I'm guessing they probably take him out if they get the ball back.
Okay,
after that.
maybe.
When did Darnold get pulled? I can't even remember.
Well, he had his hat on at that point, and then he didn't come out. He
Okay,
hadn't gotten
but he
pulled
hadn't
yet.
been pulled yet. I
Well,
know
he had been pulled, I think, on the sideline, but it hadn't been demonstrated yet.
To me, the health and availability of your star quarterback is more important than any sort of bump he's going to get developmentally for being in the last 6 minutes of a freaking blowout.
I think
But you had
sadly,
no chance of winning.
when you look at Jaden's play and his career thus far, the biggest question in the future is going to be his availability.
Sure.
And it's going to take a long time to get past
But
that, I
he's
think.
so good that you have
Yes.
to just work with it. You have to give him repeated
gotta-
opportunities.
but
you don't give up on Joe Burrow.
No.
You don't give up on Jaden Daniels, in my
You
opinion.
just have to have a good backup in place. You're off Mariota. I mean, you want Drew Lock? Like, I don't.
I think just Mariota's whatever.
No, he just doesn't want everybody on the team besides Jaden. He wants them gone, basically.
And that's
I
kind of
I
fair.
like Jeremy Reeves.
that's right. You like- yeah, you like Reeves.
I actually think that Terry still has some life left, but he's just got to get 100% healthy.
Man, we just overrated this roster big time.
Oh, yeah. You know who else did? Adam Peters.
Yeah, you did. Now
Well, there's gonna be a
he's
lot
had-
of pressure on
He's
Peters.
had 50 injuries. If they didn't have the, if they cut that down 70% and they're relatively healthy, I'm guessing the schedule or the record looks a little different. But everybody's been hurt.
But people are very
Everybody's
skeptical
been hurt.
of his first draft, besides Jaden.
Right.
The end of the Lattimore deal.
Yeah,
That's looking
true.
worse and worse every week.
Well,
Especially because you gave
lost
up.
in all this is he hurt his knee.
Yeah,
right?
who cares?
Well, the reason why I
fourth,
say
and
that
sixth
is now
round
you
picks.
can't trade him.
Well, nobody.
And now
would
he's
know.
not going to play.
Who in their right mind would trade for an even healthy Marshawn Lattimore?
You might trade him to put him in a zone situation. I don't know. You might add a veteran.
I don't know.
DB.
I don't know that one NFL GM would look at Lattimore's tape and say, that's a guy I need to give up even a 6th or 7th round pick.
Why? Adam Peters did.
Well, he made a mistake.
Right. Well, maybe another
sometimes you
GM
swing
would
and
make a
miss.
mistake.
You swing and miss.
If he
as
was
NFL
healthy, I could
GMs.
see someone
Maybe somebody
reaching
just says
out
it's
to
not
him,
a fit,
but now that he's got a knee injury,
He could be
yeah.
a third
I don't think
corner.
he-
They have
I
two
don't
better
think
corners
he's-
to be a third corner.
I don't think he's a fit anywhere.
Cakes, who was their highest graded defensive player according to PFF last week?
The Commanders? Hold on.
Not this week, last week.
It was Lattimore. He knows.
It was Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay. He got lucky because Pat Mahomes threw a bad ball right in his chest.
Well, he had good
And
coverage on
he
that
couldn't
one.
help but catch it.
Did he have good coverage?
He did have good coverage.
You just can't
It was
completely
more
erase
than
it.
just one play, though. It had to be
Yeah,
more than one.
I know. I'm just saying you can't completely erase it. I
Are
don't
you
think he's
comfortable-
good.
you comfortable
Nobody's
trotting him out
stumping.
every week?
Nobody
No.
is stumping for
He's
Lattimore.
horrible. But maybe for some team, he could be the third corner. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If he has any trade value, consider me stunned.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think? I mean, there's not really anybody who's going to have significant trade value.
Understood.
Payne might
Trust
get
me,
something.
there's not a lot of
Yeah.
superstars on the roster.
Yeah,
We all know that.
Man, we looked at the roster going into the year going, man, this team could win 10 to 11, 12 games.
But mostly it was based on Jaden being a superstar. That
Right,
really was
But
what it was based on.
Eckler coming back healthy, adding Debo, Tunsil.
Yeah, there were reasons to be
there were
optimistic.
reasons.
On paper,
Right.
the offense should have been better.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were
Well,
wrong.
the biggest
And the
reason-
defense sucked last year, so
Yeah.
we're like, it could still suck, and the offense could be better. And they made it to the championship game, and yes, they beat some bad quarterbacks along the way, but the playoff wins
I
were
actually
legit.
didn't think it was possible they could be worse. That didn't even enter into my mind, and they are worse.
Significantly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Dennis. Dennis, what's up? You're on with the Junks.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Dennis.
We're doing okay.
Hey, you know something that just really stuck out to me, JB. I think you just said it, man. Our defense stunk last year too. You know, if you really think about it, it really did, and it's just thinking out loud. As far as your question regarding should we play Jaden, for the remainder of the year, I think it really depends on how hurt he is, but I
They
tend to
clear
say-
him.
Yeah, he's cleared
I
medically.
tend to say no. I tend to say no because our
So you're still
offensive
gonna
line
protect
is
him.
so bad.
All right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
It's and I can't understand why we made so many bad choices picking this offensive line this year for this season. I mean, and all the I just don't understand how Adam Peters did such a bad job. And
A lot of crosshairs on Adam Peters.
I know.
Well, look,
Thank you,
Seattle's
Dennis.
really good.
It's always coming back to that.
Look, Tunsil has graded out fairly well, really good with pass protection. I don't know about the run blocking. So they tried. They drafted. Nobody thought they were going to draft an offensive lineman with their first round pick. They drafted him after drafting Coleman last
Connolly
year.
was too good to pass up, apparently, at 29. He
Yep.
was too scary of a talent to not pick at 29, according to Adam Peters.
Seattle is potentially really, really good. I know it is
I'm
that
not saying
same
they're
feeling as the Packers game. Like next week, they could go out and get
Yeah, I mean,
blasted.
we made them look like they could be the best team in football.
No, they are really good.
Oh.
They haven't lost a game on the road. They are good.
We're going to forget how good they looked when Detroit looks even better this upcoming weekend.
Well,
That's going to be a distant memory.
So you predict a worse loss than a 38-14? It's
I mean, I
hard
fully-
to lose
I
worse than
fully
that.
expect
I'm
the
going to
Lions-
say we're going to do better than
I
that.
fully expect the Lions to score 35 points on this
I
defense.
expect to lose badly. I don't expect to lose as bad as this week.
35-17?
That's better.
Yeah,
I'll take it. It's better.
It's not much better.
You know what's crazy about
better by
losing
like 4
38 to
points.
14? Usually when you lose that bad, you have a ton of turnovers. I mean, they had the one interception from Jaden,
they had
but
two. No, they had two.
oh, that's right. They had the
fumble,
Lane fumble.
Yeah.
But still, it's not like a ton.
They're
I mean, the Colts had what, 6 yesterday?
Turned the ball
They're
over two
toward the
times.
bottom of the
Didn't
league
force one.
in turnover differential.
Actually, they had one.
The
right?
only two teams worse than the Commanders in
2-1.
TO differential, the Dolphins and the Jets. That's it.
I'm just stunned. I took it as a given that we were going to score 30 points a game. And we scored 14 yesterday, 7 the week before, 22 and 24 and the others. Those were like bright spots. I mean, I'm stunned how bad the offense is.
You have a significant bet in here somewhere that the team will average over 28.5 points per game.
They better get on the horse.
I was probably against that, wasn't I?
Lurch has no, EB has yes, and Cakes has yes for $10.
Oh, when you said significant, I thought you said like $100.
Oh, well, significant in terms of the bet.
Okay,
in terms
Just
of the bet
remind me at the end of the season, I'll pay all my bets.
Right now they're averaging.
I'm sure I'm losing all of them.
Right now they're averaging 22.3 points per game.
Their offense is putrid on the whole.
It's been more disappointing.
All it is Jaden occasionally scrambling. That's all it
They're
is.
They're 27th in passing yards. Somehow they're still 4th in rushing yards. But in points for, which you thought they were going to be at 30, they're 19th in the league. And it's been dreadful.
Yep.
They're terrible.
Been painful to watch.
Eric, are you more
But that said, it's mostly driven by Jaden not being there full time, and now he's going to miss more games. I mean, name the offense that's the tops in the league that has a backup quarterback playing half the games.
Yeah, but
you're not going to find
he played
that.
almost
Joe
the whole
Flacco.
game. He played almost the whole game. They had 7 points when he left.
Joe Flacco, what he is doing in Cincinnati is freaking mind blowing.
Yeah.
He drops back 45 to 50 times and just launches it downfield.
Does he have 11 TDs with just 2 picks? And that last one at the end was, I think it's 11.
I don't know his exact number, but I know that he's killing it, and he's over 40 years old. Good for that guy.
What was your question, Valdez?
Oh, I was going to ask you, are you more disappointed in the offense or the defense?
Probably the offense, just because I took it for granted. The defense, I'm so used to the defense being awful. I mean,
we thought it would be better, but we still questioned it.
Well,
because they questioned Lattimore, everyone did.
Yeah,
and also
we didn't know how Kinlaw was.
We thought Kinlaw maybe they overpaid.
We had no idea.
When you're trying to augment your pass rush with, let's be honest, older guys like Von Miller and Preston Smith, because you didn't address it in the draft.
I'm
kind of coming back to haunt
I'm way
them.
more disappointed in the offense the more I think about it, because the offense is why I watch. I like to see points.
Joe Flacco.
I like to see points.
So Joe Flacco in Cleveland
blows.
this year in 4 games had 2 touchdowns, 6 picks. But in Cincinnati,
I'm talking about the Cincinnati version of Joe Flacco.
11 touchdowns, just 2 picks.
Right.
In 4 games, he's thrown for 1,254 yards and is completing 65% of his passes.
Somebody's going to give him a big deal.
He's going to keep playing. Why would you stop?
Yep.
Guy's killing it.
1-800-636-1067 talking about the Commanders' latest loss. That's 4 losses in a row, the last 3 by 21 or more. And now Jaden Daniels is sidelined with a dislocated injury. 1-800-636-1067. It's Misery Monday here on The Fan.
All right, guys, you know about my new obsession, Daisy French onion dip. Keep the pictures coming. I love it. One of the things I love doing during football season, golf season, really year-round, is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies, all watching football, watching golf, World Series, whatever it is, having family over. And now Daisy, of course, has come out with their delicious Daisy French onion dip and their Daisy Ranch dip. They're absolute game changers. There's Delicious is a homemade dip. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. So do me a favor, next time you get out to the grocery store, just take your cart over there, your little bucket thing, basket, over to the dip section, grab some Daisy French onion dip and some Daisy Ranch dip, and I dare you not to dip into it before the big game.
Do you know the word that's being thrown around a ton, Jason Bishop, about Dan Quinn?
No idea.
Malpractice. Coaching malpractice. Cakes has used it. This is Damian Harris on CBS Sports HQ, I believe, talking about what happened last night.
Well, let me break it down to you in steps. Losing, that's the first way to lose a locker room. Getting your star quarterback hurt, that's another way to lose your locker room. Not taking ownership and admitting to your mistakes as a head coach, that is the biggest, the final, and the most obvious reason you're going to lose a locker room right there. What if you're a player for the Commanders right now, what's your motivation? Other than cashing your checks, going home to your family, what's your motivation right now? You know you're not going to the playoffs. Even if Jaden Daniels miraculously comes back or has the opportunity to come back, I would then look at Jaden Daniels and say, well, why? Because you have a head coach that doesn't even protect you. Why? Now, I might be taking a little far, but that's just what's on my heart right now because I'm upset with Dan Quinn right now. I'm upset because this is one of the young stars, somebody that we're handing the keys to the National Football League over to, and you just can't protect them. You can't take care of them. So again, now I'm speaking as somebody who's pissed off, and yeah, I might be going too far, but guess what? I'm a former player, and guess what? The players that are in that locker room, they're probably thinking the same thing I am right now.
Yeah, it's a former player. I mean, played in the league as recently as 2023.
I can see why people feel that way. I can.
Absolutely.
And who knows what he said to the team behind closed doors in the locker room. We have no idea.
Apparently it was a longer time than usual.
Just because he didn't tell Nikki and John Keim, I effed up.
You guys
doesn't
suck.
mean he didn't say that to the players.
Now, the counter is a former ex-player I saw on the Barstool show, Greg Olson.
Yeah, Greg Olson is completely opposite.
And he's like, it's one of the toughest things as a player or a coach to know, all right, the game's out of hand. When do you take us out of the game? And he said, his point was this injury could happen in the second quarter. Could happen in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Game was over in the second quarter, really. Did anybody think they were going to come back in the second quarter?
No. Go to my tweet. I was going to go to bed in the first quarter.
So should they have taken Jaden out in the second quarter?
28-7. I was like,
well, looking back at it, yeah, probably
21 points. But I was like, there's no way they're making up this deficit. They're not going to be competitive in this game. I figured at halftime that it was over. I mean, I don't think is there one person on the planet that thought the Commanders could come back trailing 21 points at halftime?
No.
I didn't.
No.
There might be some like really weird.
I had no idea.
Hardcore Commanders fan.
I had no idea how they were going to score any points.
Once it was 14-0, you knew that the defense was not going to stop Seattle. Like the first drive, EB was out on the first drive. I was like, okay, well maybe something happens in the second drive.
Dude, when they go on
once
like
the
an
second drive happens,
that means they're doing whatever they want. You got no answers.
They're toying with you.
You got no answers.
They're toying with the Commanders'
averaging
defense.
15 yards a play.
But just to defend
How'd
Quinn,
they even hold him out for 11 minutes?
Just to defend Quinn a little bit, he was trying to do something positive for the offense. If they go in and score with Jaden there, I know they ended up scoring, but
for next week, he was trying to find something.
Yeah, and then maybe you pull him out for the next drive.
Yeah.
So with 5 minutes left, he's out of the game.
Almost treat it like a preseason game
as opposed to 7. But
yeah,
that happens, man. Every person in the NFL gets hurt.
We drafted
especially
this
running
Spindly
quarterbacks.
Guy. We got to play him. We drafted him. We got to play. I think he's a superstar. I think if he can find a way to stay healthy, the guy's going to the Hall of Fame. He's that good. So he's spindly. We knew it. When he's healthy, you got to play him. It's not a surprise.
That's why there was so much hype when people thought he gained like 5 or 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turned out it was just like one picture.
But again, these dislocated things happen to all these guys. Yeah. Scattaboo, you saw it. I mean, it's the most violent game. Thank God I never played.
But there are guys who are more.
Died.
But there are guys, it's proven, who are more durable. They tend to be pocket passers, right? Like if you had to say Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, these guys played most of their games. You might find injuries here or there. Eli Manning. Eli Manning had a ridiculously long streak. You know, you got to find a way to avoid those injuries.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. It's almost impossible to avoid injuries.
But why do some guys figure it out?
Stroud was trying to pick up a first down yesterday. He slides. He gets hit. His head bounces off the turf like a basketball.
Right.
Like,
and he might be out for a couple
concussed.
weeks.
Like, how do you prevent that? You can't prevent that.
You can't.
Maybe specific, but there are some guys that have a skill on staying available.
Yeah, but again, you can't really control that.
Well, he's saying that you can. I don't know the answer to it.
How can you control that?
I don't know the answer
I
to
think
it. Hold
you can
on.
train it to some extent.
Is it actually a fact that mobile quarterbacks get hurt more than pocket passers. I
don't know.
So that's the premise of your argument.
I mean,
no. My premise is there are some guys who are more durable. It's just a reality. There are some guys you just say, boom, he's durable. He's going to play every game. Josh Allen is a durable guy right now. Doesn't mean he's not going to tear his ACL at some point, but Josh Allen's a durable guy.
This year, you would have said the same thing about
he's a bigger guy.
Jaden. And he played 55 games in college. Okay, those guys aren't wussies. Those guys are big and strong too. Big time football in college. And then he started all 17 games. Got knocked out of one or whatever, and they pulled him in the other. But by and large, healthy last year. This year is just one of those years where everything's going wrong. Literally, everything's going wrong.
That's why I combine both seasons. And I did the math on just assuming he doesn't play any more games this season. It's at 67%. 2 seasons. I mean, it's small sample size, but it's what we're working with. Availability is going. Look, there's nobody here. All right, if you have certain quarterbacks, it's not really a question. Can they get hurt? Yes. But if you have certain quarterbacks, you pretty much know they're going to be there for the majority of the games. It's going to be a question with Jaden Daniels until proven otherwise.
I mean, next year he could have an injury-free year, and
he could.
I'm guessing he won't. Know. I'm guessing he won't, but he could.
I mean,
we have no idea.
I don't know. It sucks. They drafted him. They knew he was of a slighter build, and they said it's fine. So you got that's.
I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been nice.
You got to roll with it.
If someone was open in the end zone on that play, which they weren't,
right?
Because he faked the throw and then said, "All right, there's no one open. Let me try and run it in."
I mean, the reason why he got hurt is because everyone failed around him. He doesn't get hurt if they cover the guys coming.
Or if they get open.
Failing him. It's half the reason why he's hurt.
Just a brutal night. Just the lowest point of Jaden Daniels' short career here.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't see how. I mean,
it's a miracle it happened to a nothing appendage. I know you guys like to. I'm somewhat exaggerating.
No, I mostly agree with you.
It's a left arm. He doesn't need it.
I mostly agree with you.
He can literally play with a prosthetic.
I don't think it's insignificant.
I think it's fairly, on the grand scheme of things, everything else would have been worse. Anything legs would have been worse.
Yes.
Anything on the right side would have been worse.
The legs would have been the most scary.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at the body of work, and he plays all 17 games last year, starts all 17 games. So you do have to give him credit for that. But now you're looking at
55 games in college.
Okay, he missed some time too. He
55 games.
Now you're looking at fractured rib, knee, hamstring, and elbow. It's just it's getting to be a lot. It's getting to be a lot.
It's just one of those years where everything's going wrong. Now maybe it'll be that way every year. And maybe in 3 or 4 years.
I can't handle that every year.
Every
year is going to be like
3 or 4 years, you just have to move on. I'm not there.
And this is the thing about Dan Quinn. Like, if I had just a binary choice, I think I would probably side with Cakes on the coaching malpractice. But it's almost a can't-win situation. Like, let's say he took him out and didn't play him at all in the fourth quarter, which is basically what you want him to do. They punted with,
I would have been.
I don't know how many seconds were left.
Sure.
In the or how many seconds had expired in the fourth quarter when they punted. They punted. Then Seattle got the ball,
right,
and then Washington got the ball back, and that was a fairly long drive, right? Jaden and the Commanders were driving down the field. If you took him out before, then people are going to be like, "Why didn't you play him in the fourth quarter? He needs reps.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get a rhythm."
I would say I have a simple answer: the game was out of reach, and I'm protecting my quarterback. That's all I have to say.
Some coaches would probably do that; others wouldn't. Especially when you have a second-year quarterback.
Now Dan Quinn's got to go through at least the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm guessing, with a backup quarterback.
You're right, but
maybe the rest of the year.
You know the radio show, Cakes. What would the reaction have been had he pulled him for the entire fourth quarter?
Quitter.
They're down 30 points.
What would the reaction from our callers and fans have been if they pulled him for the entire fourth quarter?
They're mostly clowns.
I'm asking you, what would the reaction be?
They would have been upset with it.
Right.
But you know what? You know what else they've never done? Coach football a day in their lives.
Neither have we.
Yeah, but I know you pull a guy when you're down 30 points with 6 minutes left.
Well, Dan Quinn didn't.
Well, he botched it.
There's actually 7.5 minutes left.
Yeah, right. There could have been 700 minutes left. They weren't winning that game.
They weren't.
With
You're
Jaden
right.
Daniels, and
they were just trying. They were just.
You could have benched him in the
second quarter. Well,
because I saw that first
bench him
drive
at
and I
halftime.
said,
Yeah, you know
this
what?
is a loser.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm going to bed.
You know what?
And you
Shouldn't have played him against Kansas City.
Hey,
Going to lose it anyway.
Quarterback available against the Lions. Now they don't.
It's 31-7.5.
I know you're mocking his decision, like to pull him after one quarter. If he did that, you'd have your quarterback playing next week. If you know the game is out of reach,
then you pull him again after the first quarter of that one. It's going to be the same story every week. They can't stop anybody and they can't score.
My quarterback's health is more important than anything else. I need that guy out there.
I know, but when do you do it?
Last night I would have done it with 7 minutes left and down 31 points.
Right. He can't predict the future.
I know.
You can judge the past. He can't predict the future.
Understood.
But
I wasn't asking to predict the future.
What if he was
look at the clock.
What if he was going to do it the next drive if they got the ball after they scored? What if he said, "All right, it's 5 minutes left. The game's over. Let's pull Jaden."
I would have been fine with it.
Maybe that was his plan.
1-800.
It's horrible luck that he got tackled the way he did, and he, dislocated his elbow.
1-800-636-1067 is the number. It's Misery Monday, presented by Chiniga Mayos, the 2025 top workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com.
Turn on the news. There's a new headline every day. Inflation climbing, interest rates shifting, new tax laws being proposed. It's enough to make anybody nervous about their money. But here's the thing. You don't need to chase every headline. At Trajan Wealth, spelled TRAJAN Wealth.com, their fiduciary advisors help you tune out the noise and focus on the big picture. They'll work with you to build a long-term financial strategy based on your goals, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon. Peace of mind starts by calling Trajan Wealth. Instead of constantly reacting to market swings, you'll have a plan designed to keep you on track no matter what the economy throws your way. Check them out right now, TRAJAN Wealth.com. Just like in sports, it's not about one play, it's about the entire season. Don't let uncertainty dictate your future. Call Trajan Wealth today. The number is 202-929-6600. That's 202-929-6600, or visit TRAJANwealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
This update is driven by your local Washington area Honda dealers. Quarterback Jaden Daniels' x-rays were negative on his dislocated left elbow per a source of Nikki Javala of The Athletic. Daniels will undergo an MRI today to check for ligament damage after suffering the injury in the 38-14 loss to Seattle last night for the Commanders, who have now lost 4 in a row and fall to 3-6. Also injured Luke McCaffrey, Trey Amos, Marshawn Lattimore, and Quan Martin. Commanders host the Detroit Lions next week. Lions lost to Minnesota 27-24. San Francisco beat the Giants 34-24. Buffalo over KC 28-21. Cam Little a 68-yard field goal. Jacksonville beat Las Vegas 30-29. NFL trade this morning. The Eagles trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips for a 2026 third-round pick. Wizards and the Knicks tonight. NBA basketball at 7:15 live on The Fan. Virginia Tech takes on Charleston Southern men's basketball 6:30 on Bloomberg 99.1. From the Crop Metcalf 5-Star Sports Desk, I'm Byron Kerr on The Fan.
Welcome back. Junkies come to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. In Richmond, you can check us out on 910 The Fan or 105.1 FM. You can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. We're brought to you by Crop Metcalf. They're the official heating and cooling company of the Junkies. Looking to be their next 5-star HVAC technician or plumber, just visit cropmetcalf.com to join their team. It's Bish, Cakes, EB, and JP. That is the foursome. Hey. Talking about the Commanders' latest loss, and I wanted to kind of shift things here. We've been talking about Jaden, and the phone lines are lit up like a Christmas tree. Surprised, by the way, only 56% online are blaming Dan Quinn. So you can vote at Chunks Radio. But
numbers should be higher.
56% blaming Dan Quinn for Jaden's injury. I did want to talk about the defense a little bit and the difference between this year and last year. We have some audio from Coach Quinn. Let's first get to him talking about 2024 versus 2025.
You guys prided yourself last year on culture, and you guys were, good with the veterans to sort of avoid performances like this. Beyond the injuries, can you point to what feels different about this year compared to last year? Because obviously it's not just this game.
Yeah, obviously if I had one, I'd already point to it. I certainly don't think culturally is where I would look. It's a connected team. It's performance related, not culturally related. Guys, care, working at it, good teammates. So, I think you're barking up the wrong tree on that space, but you're not when we say about the performance. So I understand the question, but this is performance related, and we've got to get it fixed.
All right, now specifically, let's talk about the defense, which, again, last year was not good. Last year, they just couldn't stop the run. They were abysmal at stopping the run. This year, it's pretty much everything. Here's DQ talking about the defense regressing.
The defense seems to continue to regress here, and you talk about details and everything. Is the messaging just not getting through? Is it not being communicated the right way? How can you get to a point where we see kind of improvement as we go forward in the season?
Yeah, the consistency is what I'm searching for. Last week I thought we took 2 steps forward, and tonight 3 steps back, and that's a terrible recipe. When you move forward, then you move forward again, then you move forward again, and so when you don't keep stacking those, it gets harder. But offensively, we didn't hit the marks either, and so playing together, back and forth, that's how we've got to do it. But yeah, we were definitely, disappointed to see the ops that took place tonight, because it was there for us. And so when you beat yourself, man, it is as hard as it gets. In some ways, it's worse than the gut-wrenching loss that happens at the end, because you missed chances to do your thing. And so both of them suck, but missing the ops to play well, as a coach, that obviously, you got to find better solutions for the players.
That's Dan Quinn talking about the defense. I don't necessarily agree with him about, and I don't remember the exact phrase he used there. I don't really know what they can do. EB wants to fire everybody.
No, I just want to. I need a scalp.
This is from
I need a scapegoat.
This is from Next Gen Stats. Sam Darnold against the Commanders, man-to-man coverage. 8 for 10, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have an interception. Sam Darnold against the zone, 13 for 14, 203 yards, and a touchdown. I feel like they're trying just about everything. Nothing works. It's a personnel issue.
It was painfully obvious early in that game that Sam Darnold could do whatever he wanted against that defense.
Yeah.
Without guys in his face, without feeling pressure. And that's a real problem. You think Jared Goff isn't going to have the same sort of deal going on next weekend when the Lions come into town?
Goff was sacked a bunch by the Vikings.
Okay,
that's the only way you're going to beat Jared Goff is you gotta
get
pressure
to him.
him.
And he's usually pretty good against the blitz. And for whatever reason, he couldn't find guys. Goff is very good against the blitz.
Yeah.
But he wasn't yesterday. But also, remember, last year the schedule was a lot easier.
Right.
So they played a lot lesser quarterbacks, played more backup quarterbacks. They've already played, 4 teams this year that might be in the playoffs, maybe 5. I have to go back and look, that have a shot at the playoffs. So their numbers, maybe they were just as bad last year. Numbers were slightly better because of the competition.
We have some breaking news. It only gets worse for the Washington Commanders. Oh, sorry. Miscommunication. I thought you told me.
What do you want us to do, Valdez?
It's fine. It's fine. I don't.
Should we just announce it?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to announce it. I don't know. Kicks flashed me something, and then I heard him say that we had breaking news.
I was trying to
The
tell
Radio
you,
Insider.
I was trying to tell you guys not to say it because I was going to have Byron do a breaking news cut in, and I don't have it yet.
Okay, right. Miscommunication.
Well, we can do
Luke
it next
McCaffrey is out.
He's headed to the IR, broken collarbone. We'll
That's
miss
what-
the rest of the season.
It looked bad.
That's
because-
what it looked like.
I mean, that guy just, I don't know who tackled him on that return, but all of his weight came down on his left collarbone.
Right. He was in a lot of pain, you could tell.
Oh, yeah.
You knew it was serious.
Yep. I knew right when he fell to the ground he was going to be hurt. He didn't get up. So
More
that's
receiver
another
issues.
receiver off the board.
Man, that wide receiver group is not played out the way Adam Peters and his staff expected it to.
I'm frankly stunned that we're this bad, that we've fallen backwards this much offensively. Stunned. I'm not really stunned defensively. I'm used to being awful in defense. The offensive going backwards it's actually staggering to me.
Again, we thought it was going to be
just blown
better
away.
on paper with Tunsil, Connerly, Debo.
We had all those starters in last night on the offensive line. They got just overwhelmed.
I'd say this and the assumption was Jaden would continue to play well. I'd say that I think Jaden, he didn't sophomore slump when he's been on the
No,
field.
it's just been a tick off from last year, but it's partly because he doesn't have guys.
He doesn't have guys to throw to every week.
I mean, believe me, I'm ready to ride with him. I love him. But the team's failing him. They're getting him injured. He got hurt on a play, according to Dan and John. He got hurt on a play where running is not even part of the equation. If you don't hand off, then it's just a quick pass there. But the guy breaks through. They're not. People aren't doing their assignments correctly.
That's what. See. This is what I'm saying. Going back to before, and it's not a fair.
The team's getting him
It's not
killed.
a totally fair comparison. But Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, they used to just go down, and it's not in Jaden to just go
because
down.
that's what makes him special.
I know.
You can't take away his
But there are some
specialness.
times that he's just got to go down.
I understand, and maybe he should have. But his instinct is, because he's a baller, is to make a play. And he's trying to make a play. And he's missed a bunch of games, and it's first game back. And honestly, I thought he looked awesome running the football last night, right before that. And did I cringe a few times when he got hit? I cringe every time now because I get scared. But thank God, again, I'll keep saying it, that it was just his left arm.
Just
That it
imagine how
wasn't
you're going
his
to be.
legs, or it wasn't his right arm.
Just
or
imagine
shoulder.
how you're going to be every time he runs now, going forward.
And I agree with your
It's
larger
scary.
point. The team is failing him.
The team's
any quarterback that drops back 34 times and is pressured 17 times,
it's an
your team's
outrageous
failed.
They're getting him killed.
17 out of 34, and that doesn't include his runs. So think about how many times he got hit.
Right. And the offensive line was supposed to be a strength, was supposed to be upgraded.
Yeah, they were
By
dominating last
drafting
night.
Connolly, acquiring Tunsil, bumping Coleman inside. And I know he's been in and out of the lineup. They were supposed to be better. Didn't look better last night.
All right, let's bang out a couple calls. Let's go to, let me see. Try to go who's in order. We got people in a hold for hours. Let's go to Josh. Josh, what's up, buddy? Going with the Junks.
Well, Chris Paul's been pretty decent, I think, but Biotis has not been Tyler Badass all year. I mean, Connerly's the one that got Jaden hurt the last time, and Sam Cosme's been pretty weak since he's been back. So, no, you don't play Jaden. You guys just said 50% of dropbacks he's getting pressured.
Yep.
Was against Seattle. Seattle's defense is really good.
Seattle has a ton of sacks.
All right, let's go to Mark at Largo. He's been on hold for a long time. All
Mark.
show. Mark, what's up? I think Mark was on hold starting at 6 a.m.
Hey guys, what's up? Look, to be fair, last night was the first time I honestly thought about Dan Quinn not making it through. I mean, they may have to cut ties with Dan Quinn, and here's the reason why. and hear me out before I say it. I'm not saying it because of overreaction. I'm thinking about the future. You know what, Eric? I agree with you. Somebody needs to be fired today. But I think if they fire Joe Witt, Dan Quinn is going to be a dead man walking at the end of the season.
That's the problem with doing that. Yeah.
And I also think, here's the other thing, too. Cliff Kingsbury's probably going to get a job, so you're going to have to get a new OC. This brings me into the question that
Who's going to hire the guy that scores 6 points a week? Who's going to hire him?
Here's the deal.
His stock is definitely falling.
Here's the deal. It doesn't matter. You still need to go and get you may need to get an offensive coach to be your head coach for Jaden Daniels, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. You need to get an offensive guy so that way it could be a system that Jaden could play with, where he doesn't have to worry about getting another OC if this OC does well. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you might have to make that change for the betterment to put Jaden first. They spent all this money on the defense this offseason. They spent all these players and nothing on the offensive side.
Well, what do you mean?
That's not true.
Debo and Laramie Tunsil are pretty high-paid guys.
They re-signed Terry. They went out and got Tunsil.
It's hard for me to even take Mark's calls.
I mean,
he just
come on,
says stuff. He just says stuff.
I mean, Tunsil, Debo, and by the way, drafted Connerly.
Made significant offensive upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the fact that they're worse, my head's exploding. Mike, Bowie, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Mike.
All right. Now, I'm going to take this in a very different direction. As I've been sitting here on hold forever, got the insight of hearing everybody's and just thinking about different things. But I don't blame Adam Peters because that dude was making moves from the day he walked in. They just ain't panning out. People getting hurt. I'm not blaming Dan Quinn because he's a professional and he's constantly de-escalating the whole situation. And I ain't blaming ownership. So it's not you guys as a show. I've been listening to 980 since Ken Beatrice. But I think at the top of my blame, and we're going to go in a different direction for a minute, I'm going to blame the NFL and people that are in charge, Roger Goodell. I don't see it as a fan league anymore. I see it as a players league. And there's millions of fans, and there's only a small amount of players. And
I'm not following it at all.
I'm not
following it
either.
at all, man. I couldn't be more lost.
The league.
Why is it the league's fault?
Because the way the contracts are done, we have to suffer, and I want players to get paid. Let me say that off the bat. I want people
Articulate
to get paid.
it faster.
But the way
What
the
is the
contract-
problem?
And I've talked this with Rooster and Sheehan and everybody before. The way the contracts are designed, and Kevin agrees. He says, "Yeah, it's a player a driven league." If when the contracts were negotiated, like in the past 10 years prior,
what's the problem with the contracts?
You're worried about it's not a rotating league. If like in soccer or in Europe, like when players get hurt, other cities aren't hammered.
I can't talk
for
soccer
8
on
years
the
or 4
day,
years.
on a misery Monday.
I'm not following. I'm sorry.
I just can't.
I'm just not following it.
It wasn't easy to
Do you want
follow.
guys to be relegated? I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't know. The soccer only
maybe the
confused me more.
backups suck because the contracts are so inflated. Maybe
What does he want?
I don't
Parity?
know.
There is parity.
Hey, can we put the crosshairs on the person who's really to blame here? John Paul Flame, because he wrote a book about faith being restored.
Have you read the book, Cakes? I'm actually going to get a little Rick.
Now
I'm going to get Rick.
He's going to give him the face.
I'm going to get Rick.
You're gonna give him the
You haven't
face.
read the book.
I have not read the book.
It's about an organizational turnaround. Has there been a turnaround?
There has been.
Thank you.
I mean, you can't take a joke.
Looks like it's turning around again, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, today it doesn't feel any different than a Snyder. I mean, I'm not trying to. I hope everyone buys
His next
the
book is Faith Lost. He's going to start writing that in a week.
Restored. Further down the line.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to
clearly to blame.
Oh, you want to go to break? All right, we're going to break. People can still chime in. I mean, literally, you could blame whatever you want. I don't even know what angle to take at this point.
Everyone's to blame, right?
I do think there needs to be consequences. You can't just say the problems are within. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it, and never get fixed.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be consequences. I think
He said it's not a cultural problem.
Yeah, but usually,
specifically,
in a regime, it doesn't work. Like Ron did that with Scott Turner, right? He threw Scott Turner under the bus.
Falcons do that?
Ron threw Scott Turner under the bus, brought in Eric Bieniemy, and it got worse.
Fire the wide receiver coach or something. I don't care.
Fire Bobby Ingram?
That's what they did. Isn't that what the Falcons did? All of a sudden, the next week, Michael Penix played out of his mind. Now, I'm sure there was no correlation, but
Drake London did make some really good high point catches.
Consequences.
You just want to make a statement.
Yes, consequences. If you don't do your job, you're getting freaking fired.
But none of them are doing their job.
So fire a bunch of them.
Fire everybody. Fire them all.
Not everybody, but yeah, a lot of people.
I mean, the wide receivers coach isn't the reason they're losing,
I agree.
right?
But you just do it out of principle. There are consequences.
All right, but then you're firing a guy now. He's got to look for a job. He's got a freaking mortgage. Probably has kids.
He's going to get paid. He'll get paid his contract. I'm not crying for all those guys. They got plenty of money.
All right.
They're fine. I'm not worried about them. It's an old man. They'll get hired in 2 seconds by some other.
They got less money.
You've been around forever. These guys have made it. If you coach in the NFL, you've made it. You'll get another coach.
David Blau doesn't have millions of dollars in the
He
bank.
doesn't have to have millions. He doesn't need millions. David Blau will get hired by somebody else.
Okay, I'm just saying.
A lot of these assistants.
I think if you're going to make a
career
change,
assistants.
not a coach. It's got to be a player.
I do both.
Bottom line is, it's Misery Monday. Presented by Chiniga Miles for 2025 Top Workplace. Visit careers with MIOS.com. We didn't anticipate playing Titanic this season.
No, here we
let
are.
alone this early in the season. But the Titanic has set sail. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, the FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30% profit boost token. That's right, you can get in on the action with a 30% profit boost token this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/EB to bet on the game. That's FanDuel.com/EB. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 106.7 The Fan. You must be 18 and over. Present in D.C. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call, text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back.
I mean, this song is not helping things, Mike Barr. It's not helping people's moods. I mean, this song is just a bummer. Downer.
We were sitting back here, and I was like, I got to play something sad. Low vibes today, and landed on this.
Oh well, you landed on low vibes. Certainly.
I kind of like it though.
If that was your goal, mission accomplished.
That's how it feels. I mean, season's over. Star quarterback's hurt. There's no answer. Nobody has the answer.
There's no hope for the rest of the year.
Lions looming, coming off a bad loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to keep getting slaughtered. There's no answers. Dan Quinn keeps saying the answers are within. He don't have any answers. I mean, I know they're going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to go to the basics. They're going to simplify things.
You were encouraged a week ago.
Yeah.
We talked about having better energy in the Kansas City game.
That's like a controllable. Like, you could be sorry, but you could be flying around. And I didn't feel that. You felt it in Kansas City. Did not feel it yesterday.
I think they were overmatched. We didn't talk about this very much.
They were overmatched in
but
Kansas
Seattle
City.
also had the bye week. So they had 2 weeks coming in, and it's proven to be, I don't have the statistics in front of me, it's proven to be a major advantage for teams.
Yeah, we thought the travel might impact them a little bit, but clearly didn't. They were ready to go.
Travel.
Opening kickoff, they were ready to go.
Yeah. 3 of us picked the stupid Commanders.
I know.
I picked it based on heart. I said it's a heart pick. You can't pick it based on
I
logic.
did kind of on do theory.
Yeah, I said
I'm done with the do theory. I don't know that any of us will pick the Commanders again this year.
No,
I'll pick them against the Dolphins. I will pick them against.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I will now.
I will.
You
pick
better
them
see
again.
how they play this
what's
week.
Waddle
with
going to
Miami.
do to them?
I'll never pick them again this year.
What's Achane going to do to them?
I'll pick the opponent every
They'll
time.
both do work.
Right.
And you probably need to figure out who's on the roster at this point because I think they're going to sell
they should
parts.
be the biggest sellers of all time.
Yeah.
Sell anything you can get, any sort of draft capital for.
Nobody wants these bums.
I tend to agree with that. But if somebody does want your trash and was willing to give you a draft pick instead, please take it. Please take the draft pick
And
off
the
of their
only
hands.
reason why I'm this negative about it also is because our star quarterback was out. If I would actually still be fighting and grasping if Jaden was healthy. Like if he gotten through that game, I would still find a way to grasp because he's so special.
Because
he could single-handedly carry you to victory. But with him going down that way, it's just
I don't know that the way the defense is currently constructed that even Jaden could single-handedly perform his magic.
I understand where you're coming from.
Maybe
but
if Terry and Debo were healthy, maybe if they were at the peak of their powers, helping him. But with this cast of characters in the wideout room, it's borderline impossible.
I agree. I agree with that sentiment, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah.
By
If
the way,
Jaden was here, I would still have hope.
What's the early line on Commanders Lions? Is it out yet?
Probably not out, but I
Lions
could check.
minus
It's going to be a
100.
big one.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
14?
10.5, 12.5. I would guess.
It's going to be gross.
I'm not sure if it's out. Let me check.
Let's go to John, Indianapolis. John, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies.
Morning, boys. So I was cracking up about the Titanic movie references, so I had to call with my own thought that you guys, the Junks, and the show are the musicians playing on the deck of the movie. I'm thinking it's Cakes, with the quote, "Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight."
Yeah.
And
But I can never play the violin. I've got bad small motor.
EB played violin.
Yeah, EB could be the one with the violin.
All right, well,
I played guitar.
I would be directing the passengers to the lifeboats.
I don't think they had anybody
So
guitar.
I went to the game. I went to the game last night, and I can't remember. My buddy who has tickets, he said, "I don't remember ever leaving at about halftime." We watched the Monk celebration, which was great, and then left at third quarter. But I kind of thought the game last night, the way it turned out, and almost except for the Jaden injury, was going to be last week's Kansas City game.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of expected that, Drew. I mean, I didn't expect it from Seattle at home last night. So
No, I mean, Seattle's a 3-point
that's
favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, based on the result and how Seattle looked, you would have thought they were a 14-point favorite.
Yeah.
They're a 3-point favorite.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, buddy.
And by the way, the Lions are 8.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I thought it would be higher.
I think it's going to go up through
So
the week.
just for the
probably
record, I gave up on yesterday's game at 9:03 p.m.
That's very early. I mean,
That's when I
The game
tweeted.
kicked at like 8:25.
That's when I tweeted,
Yeah.
I may just go to bed. 9:03 p.m.
I mean, I couldn't believe that people were streaming out of Northwest Stadium with 4 minutes left in the first half. I mean, that's usually something you see with 4 minutes left in the game. Sure, that makes sense. 4 minutes left in the first half.
A lot of those people have probably been there since like 3 o'clock. Tailgating. So
they knew a loser when they saw it. They said
they had been there all day.
They said, I've seen the end of this movie. I know how it ends. Gonna go home and get some sleep.
By the way, similar movie was the Terps game. And I actually was on campus for a couple of hours and right in the middle of like tailgating. And I had been offered really great tickets. You guys told me that I should go. And I was like, I'm just not into watching beatdowns like that. So I understand when people leave at halftime.
Yeah, but I've left it at halftime ish parts of games before. I don't know that I've ever left a game before halftime hit.
Oh, yes, you have. I can't remember what it was, but I remember you admitted one time on the show.
I think I usually make it to halftime.
I think it was a Terps game.
Early into the third quarter. But usually I make it to halftime.
I think Maryland games, you tailgate, you go for a quarter, and you're out.
And then you're outie.
I don't think so.
I remember, it's probably a one-off, but I remember specifically on this show you admitting you left before halftime.
I know I left the game, the primetime game against Iowa at halftime, because that game turned into a bloodbath.
Destruction.
I left at halftime.
But look, I met my son at the Turtle.
Yeah.
We had lunch. Didn't hang out for the game.
Yeah.
Homecoming. I went home.
I mean, Bucky fell for the viral Mike Loxley's been fired bit. He texted me at like 7:35 this morning. And I said, Buck, that's a viral hoax. Keep it in your pants.
Okay, but it wouldn't be a surprise.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean, there's like 9 Power 4 jobs open.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, but Mike Loxley, as of now, has not been fired.
Might be more than that.
There was this, I don't know if it was Chris
Listen,
Russell.
Penn State, Arkansas, Florida, LSU, Auburn. This is ridiculous that Florida, LSU, Auburn are all open in the same year.
Right.
UCLA, Tech, Okie State, Stanford, Oregon State, Colorado State, UAB. I mean, there's like 12 jobs open.
A lot of
already.
gigs.
There was a
and just wait until next week.
I don't know if it was Chris Russell. Might have been Chris Russell that put it out. And it said that they don't have a win in the Big Ten after September against any other team except for Rutgers.
Who they play
During
this
the
week?
Loxley
Who's on deck
era.
this week?
Yeah, maybe they get one this week.
I was mad when they fired Fridge. I don't know what to tell you.
How long ago was that?
You want to bring him back?
They've never been the same.
They haven't. He's
They've never
correct.
been the same. I mean, Fridge went 3 10-win seasons. We beat freaking Tennessee in a bowl game. I mean,
right.
I mean, it was
Where they go to
insanity
Peach
what they
Bowl?
did.
They go to Peach Bowl?
I think so.
yeah.
It's insanity what they did
Scott
to Fridge.
McBride, my boy Scotty Mack.
Yeah, insane what they did to him. All right, let's go.
By the way, props to NBC and Mike Tirico giving props to DeMatha football last night.
Yeah,
Props.
for beating Gonzaga.
Yeah, smoked them. Didn't beat them, smoked them. 9-0.
Let's go to Mike in Fairfax.
15th in the country.
Mike, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? So, just the first point I want to make is I think it was Cakes, and I agree with him 100% here, JP, about do not play Jaden this year. It's over. It's not worth it. He has no wide receivers with it. I was at the game, by the way.
This guy's calling from a bird aviary.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for the call. I mean, you're getting drowned out by a crow.
Can you tell me
the crow is louder than you.
All right, let's go.
I think he called from that same spot last week.
Is it B-A? I don't know. It just says Ba.
Yes, sir.
What's your
Junkie?
What's your name? I'm curious.
Ba with the ba,
Yeah,
the
this
bang,
is,
the
my
bang.
name is Ba.
Your name's
I'm
Ba?
a K9.
That's a silly.
Dr. Walker know who I am. I'm a K9, Ba, B-A.
Okay.
They know me on the radio, believe me.
All
How
right.
y'all doing, sir?
What's up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So I'm gonna get to the bottom of the thing. First of all, I'm sending my apologies to the Monk family. To the
Yeah,
Monk
right. I
family.
know. It's
Yes, you
embarrassing.
should.
I know. Next.
Next, I got something. My point. Please let me develop a little bit. I'm going to Peter. The person who needs to be fired is Peter. You know the reason
Adam
why?
Peters.
No, hold on. Let me tell you why. It's simple. You see when Ron Rivera left? He left him $60 million salary cap. That's the first thing. On the top of that, plus Jaden Daniel. Where are we today? After 2 years, what we got? The oldest roster in the league. Come on, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I do like it.
By the way,
I guarantee you, Ba loved him last year.
Since you're playing the rooster sound effect, I found the tweet and I botched it. But it's actually Curse of the Fridge. Russell retweeted this from Rudy Gersten. Since firing Ralph Friedgen in December 2010, Maryland's home record after Halloween is 0-24 against teams not named Rutgers.
Wow. That is
It's not good.
alarming.
I mean,
great.
but to be fair, if Ralph Friedgen was coaching now, dealing with portal and NIL and no money coming in, he probably would have the same record.
I don't know about that.
Well, he wouldn't have access to the players that like he did before.
You're just saying he's a better coach than Locke.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying I wouldn't expect 10-win seasons.
No, I wouldn't expect 10-win seasons, but I wouldn't necessarily say
He was the most successful coach that we just, I mean,
if you're limited on resources in 2025 in college football, you're effed.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
I mean, he was 75-50 at Maryland. He should have a freaking statue of himself outside the stadium for that.
All right, 800-636-1067. We'll bang out your calls. We're going to be doing it all day here on 106.7 The Fan. But right now, before we go to break, we have breaking news.
Washington Commanders cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, who left Sunday's loss early, is feared to have torn his ACL. This is from Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. Lattimore will have an MRI, but another significant injury for the Commanders coming off the loss to the Seahawks. We'll have details on all these injuries coming up with the updates at the top of the hour. I'm Byron Kerr on The Fan.
AV is built for D.C. here in the nation's capital. AV is creating solutions that protect our troops, our homeland, and our way of life. From autonomous unmanned aircraft and counter-drone technologies to advanced satellite communication systems and next-gen missiles, they're delivering innovation where it matters most. Battle-proven, warfighter trusted, engineered for the future, and proud sponsor of the Washington Commanders, Capitals, and D.C. United. Visit avinc.com to learn more today.
Quick shout out to my neighbor's son, Brandon Dimitri. Ran the NYC Marathon Sunday.
Nice.
Blazing time.
59,000 runners.
Okay, yeah.
He finished 31st.
That's moving.
Is that in the
That's
New York
impressive.
City joint?
Think about that.
31st out of almost 60,000.
The winner was 209.
Yeah.
He was at 222.
That's crazy.
That's
world class.
That's sickening.
What is that average per mile?
I don't know.
Five something?
5:20 or
Just moving.
anyway.
That's awesome. Great for him.
Props. He's just a specimen.
Yeah, I guess so.
222, you said?
222, yeah. And he runs these things, and then afterwards, he's just like,
It's not.
What's
Yeah,
up? How you doing?
Yeah, doesn't even phase him.
I mean, it's not on his. Some of these
How
guys.
old is he? Is he still a young kid?
Yeah, he's probably. Hold on, my oldest is 24. He's probably 26.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
So
he's
roughly,
mid-20s.
roughly maybe a 5:20 average.
Yeah, it's just
It's
ridiculous.
bizarre. It's like bizarro stuff.
Yeah. So now he gets invited. No, he's in those special flights.
Yeah.
There was about 15 guys that went off first. He was in the second flight that went off second because he's got he's
Because he's going to be out in front of the pack the whole time.
Correct.
So did he run in college?
He doesn't
That was
want to
that
be
his
running
deal?
He ran on
through the donks.
He didn't run. He went to Purdue. Didn't run for the actual team. He ran club, but he certainly should. He could have. I don't know why he didn't. But
I think Chris Farley's wife also ran the New York City Marathon
Very good.
this weekend.
59,000 people.
My daughter was out there cheering on her roommate.
Oh, really?
Who
Cool.
is working for let's just say Goldman Sachs. It's not Goldman Sachs, but a company like that.
Yeah.
And is working till 2 a.m. every night and somehow still running a marathon in under an 8:20. How do you even do that? How do you work till 2 a.m.? Not
Impressive.
sleep?
It's nuts.
I don't even know how you do it.
You know what else is pretty incredible? I just saw this. I think it was the defensive end on the Buffalo Bills. He tore his Achilles. He finished playing the game.
All right, what a baller.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is crazy.
That's
It was,
insane.
Last name started with an H.
Was it Bobby Wagner?
By the way, people missed it. Marshawn Lattimore feared to have torn his ACL.
Yeah, let me say this.
That's
Marshawn's
horrible news.
he's been
Now you don't have to talk about him anymore.
I've been his number one critic from the moment I saw him. I don't wish injury on anybody.
I've been his number one backer.
Yeah, I've
You
been his
have
number
been.
one critic, and I mean this in all seriousness. I don't, especially in ACL. We've all had friends and families and dealt with it on our own and stuff. I saw my son go through it. It is a excruciatingly long. It's a whole thing, and I feel bad for him. So I hope he can come back sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Michael Hecht is the guy you're talking about.
Yes.
He's the defensive end from Buffalo. When he came off the field, he couldn't put any weight on the foot.
And he still went back out on it.
It was unbelievable.
And he went back out to keep playing.
He went back out and finished the game.
That's crazy.
He literally was hopping
What
on
position does he play?
He's an end, I think. End or a linebacker? No, defensive end, yeah.
By the
He's
way-
6'4", 310.
Switching to the World Series for a moment, had the Dodgers not come back to win the game, the Bo Bichette story would have been amazing because he had a 3-run home run.
How about
and
Max Scherzer would have been an amazing.
That too,
Yeah.
but Bo Bichette banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had it was a hip. Wasn't it a hip?
I don't know. Wasn't he
Yeah.
wearing like
Yeah, I
those
think it
heat
was-
belts during the game, and
Yeah,
then they
he-
couldn't run?
No, he couldn't run.
Couldn't run. They took him out.
But the Dodgers, this is what you pay for. The Dodgers pitched Ohtani to start. Now on short rest, he wasn't great. They're paying him $800 million. They brought in Glass now. They're paying him $115. They brought in Snell. They're paying him $170, and they finished with Yamamoto. They're paying him $300. So you're talking about four pitchers making over $1 billion,
And they're deferring a bunch of that
And that's-
money down the line.
and that's not even the batting lineup. That's
Right.
not Freeman and Betts and all these guys. Will Smith. I mean, it's absurd how much money they're spending, but it pays off.
Did
because-
Magic tweet about winning the World Series?
I don't know.
He
No,
had to
but
have.
he had the ultimate flex. So it was daylight savings time being finished, right? So it was fall back night. I stayed up and watched all the post game, and Magic goes to the stage with Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez and David Ortiz, and he sits down and they ask him a question, whatever, and then he just slides it in that it is his 18th championship ring.
It's pretty good.
That is a flex.
I mean, he did tweet it. 18 rings, his ring with Michigan State, 11 with the Lakers, 1 with the LA Sparks, 1 with LA Football Club, 1 with Team Liquid. What is that? Is that like an esports?
Yes, that's what it
Can't
sounds
count.
like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to draw the line somewhere. I don't know what Team Liquid is. It sounds like an esports team.
That sounds like
That's where you have to draw the line.
It is esports.
That doesn't count. Sorry,
LA
Magic.
football also
Sorry,
sounds like
Magic.
arena.
Your life is going too well. I'm taking one of your championships away from you.
Is LA football
Esports.
arena?
So I give him more credit for the playing ones. Like, he's got 6 as a player.
Yeah, but
I give him credit for the owner ones because we have rings.
Yeah, I don't have.
Why don't give us
with him as an exec? I'm cool with that. Not for an esports team. Not for a
You
bunch,
wanna take that
not
off
for a
the
bunch
list?
of nerds playing Overwatch or what. Like, please, you have nothing to do with that.
Team Liquid.
I can't believe he listed that, but he did.
Might as well. He's got
Still
the
is a
hardware.
great flex. Even if he said
It's an amazing.
Even
it's
if he
amazing.
said if you took that one off the board because I have 17.
Yeah, I only have 17 rings now that I can claim.
So sick. He could literally put them on all his toes, like fingers and toes. And that
Yeah.
I guess 3 left.
That's impressive.
That's sick. You start putting them on your toes.
It's pretty good.
You have foot fetish?
I don't know. Oh,
And if you watch up, by the way,
you could
Clayton
double up.
Kershaw and Clayton Kershaw gets the ring, and he actually was warming up in the bullpen because they almost had to go to him. Like, people thought he was never going to pitch again, but it was potentially going to go to the 12th, 13th inning. So he's like warming up in the bullpen. He took his shirt off, and it's still sometimes it's baseball. I get it. He's a pitcher. Sometimes it is stunning to see professional athletes that just look like your everyday guy, dad bod.
Yeah, but
Not much muscle at all.
His heyday, he was throwing 98. Whatever he
I
was
guarantee
doing.
he's strong as an ox. He might not look like it,
Country
but he's
boy.
strong.
He likes taking his shirt off. He had his shirt off before they went to the locker room and they're doing the champagne. He had his shirt off afterwards.
Why
when he's
did
with
McAfee
Ortiz
take his
and
shirt
everybody.
off this week? Did you? Were you
No
watch? You always
idea.
watch that. Why did he have his shirt off? He
Because
doing some shtick.
the Utah crowd was saying, "Take it off, take it off."
And then he was doing something. He did his offensive lineman move or something.
Yeah, he did something. He's always standing on the chair. God, I want him to fall off one of his chairs.
Also, there's a big thing in the stands in college football.
Yeah, they're all taking their shirts off.
Take your shirt off.
They do it down in Lane Stadium all the time.
When it's freezing, etc.
And how about the kicker?
He missed.
Misses the first one. Now McAfee decreased the payment.
Yeah.
And boom, the
He made
second
the
one,
second
and
one.
it eked in. But they originally called it no
I
good.
saw him push right the first one.
Yeah, he pushed it right. He had a big leg though. He
Yeah.
kicked it well. But anyway, I don't know how many guys have made it. I think 7 out of 10
Right.
kickers have made it.
Right.
So lots of cash going out.
Speaking of kickers, Matt Prater almost botched it for the
Oh.
Bills last night, doinking that.
Well,
ball
what about
off the
Cam
upright.
Little kicked a 68-yarder?
That was inevitable.
That's
pretty sick.
unbelievable.
Yeah, but we've been seeing the guys do that now.
Well, he was
You
kicking
know,
70-yarders
indoors.
in the preseason.
Yeah.
All right, just to sum it up, because we've had some breaking news. Jaden, no fracture, but out. McCaffrey, out on the injured list. Broken collarbone.
Yep.
Lattimore, it appears to be a torn ACL. He'll be done.
Yeah.
It's a Misery Monday brought to you by Chinigo Miles, the 2025 top workplace.
Do me
Visit
a
careers
favor.
with MIOS.com.
Fire somebody. Somebody
B.
needs to
Mitch
get
and
fired
Finley
today.
coming up next.